Look who it is. Look who decided to show up today. Nicholas over here, Nick. Sir Nick. Looks a little lopsided because we got our camera guy slash.
That's cool, man. Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for having me, guys. You know, it's a pleasure.
No problem. Thanks for coming by, Nick.
Oh yeah, brother. We saw that. I saw that Jerry curl.
Nah, no, it's okay. It's the weekend, you know. And let it loose, right?
Please come over.
I think we got an opposite.
I'm high and tight during the week, but let loose on the weekend.
We have opposite spectrums of the haircut. We got the Jerry curl.
No, you're all fashed out.
Fashed out. That's what I was gonna say. He has the best word. Fashed.
These guys both, have the hair, and I just need a haircut.
Kyle haircuts.
I'm hiding.
Well, I'm all right or something.
Yeah, this is called the fascist cut.
Yeah, fashed out.
Yeah, what's up? Come Correct TV.
You're gonna get me banned fash.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Real fast.
Can I go fast curly like that? Like if I go, but I'm all curled up. Is that like?
No, you can do it.
Is that like?
I've seen fascists with curly hair.
Is that like a big no?
They call
that guy doesn't look pure.
Well, yeah, it's true though. They might be like, he's one of he knows.
I don't know. That's too curly. That's too Iberian.
They're gonna be like, is he rubbing his hands together?
Well, everybody knows that a fascist is just somebody. It depends on what you look like.
I mean, they'll see the curly and be like, man, I don't know. That doesn't look like. That looks like that nose shape looks concrete.
He looks like the other players, the other team's player. So we have
that guy has Iberian genes. You know what I'm saying?
Silver. This is young guy Josh. He's I think Atlanta. He called in. He found Jesse. He forgave.
Josh?
Yeah, he's in
cool.
the chat
right now. That's cool. Hey, Josh,
and,
what's up?
He's just waking up to everything. He's seeing the spiritual battle. They're saying, "What's up, ankle baby?"
What's up? Does Josh watch the show? You watch the show like JLP show?
I think that's where he got it. Yeah, Josh, drop it in the chat. But you watch the show, right, Jesse?
I love meeting people who watch the show. It's like my baby.
Of course, he says. Of course. Yeah, we got the best producer in the world. He's also right here, and he's also Mexican by way of Canada. So in America, we call that a snow Mexican.
Exactly. This is true. This is a fact.
But he is you have your papers.
I have papers.
He's a legal baby.
I have papers, but you know why I come to America?
¿Por qué? Tell me why.
I've always wanted to come to America. I
What-
was saying that. I sound like
I've always wanted to come to America. That piece of crap angel, he killed my best friend.
Isn't that Cuban or
That's Scarface.
Italian?
Yeah.
The
I don't
worst,
break my
the worst
balls.
Cuban accent ever.
It's probably the worst thing. Yeah.
Scarface.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking with me, you fuck with the best.
Fucking with you, fucking with Jesse.
I actually got my dad's a camera operator. Worked on Jack and Jill, worst movie of all time.
That's right. Dad did that.
And Al Pacino was at the set one time, and I visited, and I asked my dad, I was like, Dad, I had those little flip cameras. Remember the flip cams?
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, please just get him to say something on the camera. And he went and got it, and he says, I got the video somewhere. He says, hey, driver, Wesley, you fucking with me. You fucking with the bus. It's Al Pacino saying.
That's awesome, man. You ever
crazy?
seen Devil's Advocate?
When he dies, it'll be worth something.
Devil's Advocate is amazing.
Devil's Advocate is so good.
With Keanu Reeves.
Come on, Kevin.
Come on. Hooyah.
And then Heat's a good one too. I like Heat.
Heat. Oh, you mean Heat?
Heat.
Heat.
No, Heat.
Heat.
If you're Brazilian, it's Heat.
Oh, Heat. Brazil. This guy sang Brazilian. There he goes.
Yeah.
You like a Heat?
They're not. No, it's just Heat. Yeah, man, I love it.
Great your Brazilian guitar over there.
Oh, that's true. You want to bust it out? You want to
bust it out, bro? I mean, we're here to have
Bust it.
fun. We're here to talk about other people.
Like
Who?
who?
We're here to talk about, I'm just kidding, ourselves in life. If you didn't know, he's got a jungle guitar.
Jungle guitar?
I don't know.
Well, I am a jungle Latino.
Yes.
Technically.
Yeah, if you, most Latinos are jungle. They can exist in deserts, jungles, in the snow. Very
Pardon me,
versatile.
I just ate Cuban food, actually. Everything's a multicultural day, so excuse my baby.
You got a pooch, man.
You got a
pooch
hooch.
at hand, bro. A hooch.
You got Heat with the hooch. What's going on, T-Warrior? Beard dude with the brohawk. That's right. This is called the, what is the name for this haircut again?
This is fashed out.
Fashed out.
Fashed out.
Fashed out, brah. Fashed out, brah. Because I'm all about stepping on your rights. Caribbean food is the best, says Queen Butterfly.
I like Caribbean. It wasn't Caribbean.
I know we're in church when someone says, I feel like, what was it? Someone was like, I think it was Jesse, raise your hand if you're white. Your hand was like,
I mean, it was probably a little to the front, but, but yeah, what's up? You know, you gotta represent, man. I spent my youth being angry about my mother's side when you know holding on to it, like Drake identifying with his black side.
oh yeah, identify with your dark side.
Yeah, so now I identify with the light.
Have you ever realized
Are you a Hefla?
Well, I mean, technically my mom was half Spaniard, so I'm 75% European stock,
Oh, okay.
and then 25% dirty Mexican.
Drake? I always thought Drake looked like the Black Bart Simpson.
Like Bart Simpson?
Yeah.
Bart? That's how you say it.
It makes sense.
Bart
Does that sound bad? I guess these days you can't say that.
Why?
I don't know.
That's how you say it in Canada.
I don't know what you're allowed to say anymore.
Bart Simpson.
Shout out to also the show you guys played. Where's it?
Man, yeah. Oh, you got all the samples like laid out like that?
Where is it?
I'm doing a
Yeah, man. Go on there.
beat up.
Almost.
It's okay to be white.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's okay
This
to
was
be
debut on Jesse's
white.
show.
Debuted.
It's not okay to be late. It's not okay that your mom's so full of hate. It's not your fault you were raised by a deadbeat dad that walked away. So what we like cats, so what we like rap. It's not appropriation, it's just appreciation. It's okay to be wrong, it's okay to be right, it's okay to be black. And it's okay to be, okay to be, okay to be. It's okay to be, you were meant to be white.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I mean,
It was all been good fun.
popping off. That was the best part.
Hey, I don't know why.
I love that
People were like, "Oh, that's a good song." I'm like, because it was just a
That
joke.
is
It was
cheesy,
just
but
fun.
it is good.
You know, but
I was really into like some
I
41,
appreciate
Blink
it.
182 and that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
it has like a. I didn't put like all this effort and time into
And
like
the best ones?
you know like producing it out,
Right.
and making anything like to sound like
That's how you feel about White History Month, the first one too,
exactly.
right?
It was all
That's
just
how
like
you feel about
yeah,
that one too.
exactly. But that was
This
They're
like,
good.
They say it sounds like an early 2000s band. That's exactly it. It sounds like
That's
Blink-182, pop punk, peak,
I was so into that. Yeah, big time into that.
Good Charlotte, Blink-182, SR-71, Sum 41.
I was big into that.
You always just took a word and some numbers and put them together, and that's how you got punk.
Yeah.
OD Red Pill. How do you guys like that interview with Jamar? Is it what was his name?
Lord Jamar.
Lord Jamar. I
Yeah.
didn't see it yet.
Oh, you didn't
It's
see
a
it?
false state, but
That's interesting, right?
I posted something about him before Jesse had him on, where he was saying white people are the devil. Like he was totally about that black
Right,
lives
yeah, that's
stuff.
why you gotta watch it.
Interesting.
It's
you
a
think
classic.
if white people
And
are
not
the
for
devil,
the reasons that you think.
if white people are the devil, do you think it's because they were created in a lab?
They were created in a lab in test tubes, you know that.
That's what Farrakhan believes, right?
You know that?
But who was it? Like a doctor? Some doctor made
You
white
guys are a
people.
mistake. You guys realize that.
We're a mistake. We're like a
It is.
hybrid.
But see, the thing about it is the past is the past. You know what I'm saying? We gotta live in the now. If I was a mistake, then
Hey, look, I don't care
Shit.
what happened in the
Well, I'm
past.
thankful I'm
a
here.
Mistake's a mistake.
I'm
A
thankful.
mistake's a mistake.
That's
You
right.
gotta go.
I don't
know
care
what?
what you say about the past. You can't,
Yeah,
can't Jesse yourself.
Nobody
out
should
of that
apologize
You
for
know,
the past except for white people.
But you know,
You saying?
if anyone's a mistake, it's probably most people because parents usually don't plan to have kids. They just
True.
kind of are having fun in their little phone
Sexing.
I bet you that was never planned. You know, like
I don't think
people
I wasn't intentional.
I was a New Year's baby.
Oh,
9
yeah?
months before I was born was New Year's. If you go back 9 months, you can
Oh,
find out what your
yeah.
parents were doing
They
when
planned
they had
something.
you.
I don't think that was ever a thing either. You know, like I'm weird about that. Oh,
How
I'm
long-
planned pregnancy versus planned. I don't know. Back in when people got married and did it right, I don't know. I'm just leery. I don't know, but I don't think it was.
It's not like they sat down like on Monday we're gonna.
It's time.
We're gonna
I think
plan
it's
it
time
out.
to have a child.
How
We're going
long?
to copulate.
How long do you think it took Richard's mom to take a crap? Nine
9
months.
months.
No, that's been right. That's on the
You're
nose.
like,
That's on the nose. I was like, damn, I'm missing something.
Yeah.
But it is.
so let's see. We have.
What you think about your haircut?
Yeah. What do you guys think about my? I know T Warrior says it says the Brohawk. Let's see. They said Nick is part mommy Africa.
This is true. My ancestry.com says I'm a few percent is black.
Yeah, we have the big the bug assault gun. It's an amazing gun.
All the people them unite.
We love you, Nick.
No, I'm convinced though that I think they add that.
What?
I think everyone's ancestry, because everyone's ancestry I've seen, there's like 1 or 2% African.
I swear to God,
they like mess with the
I don't believe in
numbers.
the out of Africa theory. We did not come from all black
I know.
people.
I don't believe.
And I think those companies are gonna purposely put black DNA on your report so that they back up the lie. Because everything's upside down, in my opinion. Like, we didn't go to the
I don't
moon.
trust that shit.
We didn't come from monkeys. Evolution's not real. You know.
Well, if you think about it, if we came from monkeys, and but then we're also everyone came from black, that's racist.
Wait, what?
That's racist.
Oh, the
That's
monkey?
saying that black people are not as evolved.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They're saying that you're supposed to be past that and then keep moving forward.
I see what you're saying. I'm not like an expert on that, but I'm pretty sure like there's like, you know how everyone says evolution is like a tree, and it all goes back to
That's
like, a common
racist
thing?
too, bro. A tree.
How you gonna
Come on,
remember a
bro.
tree, bro?
Jeez,
A
man.
fucking tree,
You
bro.
know they hang people from trees, bro.
Jeez, man.
You gotta be careful these days.
I know, man. It's crazy.
But yeah, there is a tree, and it's called an umbrella tree. Okay. Tell me, have you ever been under the umbrella tree?
Man, this is some classic
Remember that
stuff.
song?
No.
The tree, the umbrella is God, Christ, man, woman, children, and your dogs.
They want to
You're
know,
first, folks.
has Nick ever snitched on anybody, any illegals to ICE?
I have a short list.
A very short
I have a
list.
running short list.
I will just say
And
this.
it's only short because I think
He keeps reporting on it.
Take
I'll just say this. I've seen Nick's phone, his contact list. He does have a speed dial set up for ICE. So if you are illegal and you get on his bad side, you will be going in the back of a van.
Policía
Yeah.
Federal Internacional.
Immigration!
Why is ICE Spanish?
I know, huh? Like, we brought Mexicans to enforce
Federal
that.
Internacional.
Immigration!
Put your hands in the air.
Yes. I'm actually the son of an illegal.
Thank you, Aiden. She loves the bro hop.
In fact, I'm half illegal.
You're half illegal?
I'm half illegal. I'm the son of an illegal.
That's interesting. You know, technically,
I'm half
I'm
illegal.
gonna admit something.
Why don't you say that you're half legal?
Huh?
Just be positive.
Right.
You're
Identify
half
with my
legal.
light side.
Look at the
Yeah.
bright side
Why
of
do I always
life.
identify with my dark side?
You know?
Hey, yo, maggots. NPC says hello in his own special
What's
way.
up, fellas and
What's up?
ladies and all the good people?
What song was that? Oh, he wants to know. OD Red Pill wants to know. That was Trevor's new song.
Which, It's Okay to Be White?
Yeah.
It's on my SoundCloud. All you gotta do is go to SoundCloud, type in It's Okay to Be White, Trevor Wesley, and you will find it.
Go right now and play it while you're watching the stream. It's amazing. It sounds like Blink-182 wrote it.
He
It's a
played
hit.
guitar, so.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's you on that?
Yep, it was a cool little. Started as a joke, just messing around
Right.
right here, and then
You
became a
were
song.
around in there for
Yeah, we're messing around in there.
That's his room, bud.
What lines did I say in the elevator? It's just we went to the Ralph's today, and some light skinned girl wanted me. She was like, "Hey, I want you to help me with a skit for SNL."
No, first she
You
was
came
like,
right up
she's
to you?
like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not crazy or anything.
Is this what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she said, will you come in this elevator with me?
I don't want no
As soon as I
trouble.
heard,
Yeah,
"Will you
she's
come
like,
in
"I want you to go in this elevator with
I
me,"
was
and I was like, "Hell yeah!"
she was nice.
She's nice, yeah.
What was it?
She was some skit where I just had to say, "Amazing weather we're having."
See, who knows how it's gonna
Was
be?
it actually
edited.
SNL?
She might be auditioning for it. I don't know if she works
I
for
think she's
SNL. She's
auditioning
probably
for
auditioning.
something. But what you really don't know is how you're gonna be edited together. It could be like
I know.
when you.
I'm a giant
Yeah, I'm a giant piece of shit.
Yeah, it
You
would
didn't
be
say anything like that. It's like they can't even edit
It'd be
that.
a day in the life with a racist, and then it shows this guy.
I know,
Amazing day.
Amazing day, isn't it?
She saw my haircut. She's like, "That guy looks like a racist."
Right.
She's like, amazing day, not for everybody.
The haircut says fascist, but the beard says Cuban revolutionary.
That's
I
right.
don't know.
I like
don't
to keep
know,
him
man.
off guard, you know.
I don't know, man.
You start speaking Spanish.
Oh, oye, coño, no te preocupes, güey.
Coño.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. That beard says Cuban revolutionary to me.
Queen Butterfly said she was flirting. She might have been flirting. I felt a little something, you know. I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, who knows? I might be all over the news as like some racist guy attacks lady in elevator.
Yeah.
Your life is over.
I know.
He's actually going to be the first gayist.
The first cases.
Mandatory homosexuality.
Stanley Gay says,
20
Nick!
Hey.
Welcome, Stanley.
What's up?
Stanley Man. It's not
Hey.
original.
Stanley.
That's cool.
So it's assault to be white. Yeah, so go check out SoundCloud. Trevor Wesley, It's Okay to Be White. And then
I'll be here playing this piano, waiting.
Oh yeah, did you hear, Nick, that? Thank you, Josh. Russia has officially banned in their constitution same-sex marriage.
Oh yeah, no way. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So they're now the only way to
Right on.
get the only people getting married are straight people.
Right on.
So they're protecting the sanctity of marriage.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought because a lot of people, a lot of conservatives, libertarian types or whatever, they're like, right, but like you gotta have your values and then your government is separate from it. It's like, no, your laws should represent your people. And they're downstream from what you believe.
You know what? Speaking, it reminds me of we went out the other day and to AutoZone or whatever, and on those bus stops, so they got these big signs. It was a black sign, and then it said like in white letters, it said Black Lives Matter, and then it said Black Trans Lives Matter, Black Queer Lives Matter, Black Gay Lives Matter. There's all of that stuff, right? And I'm just thinking like, isn't like why is being black associated and tied into be like that? Why is it?
Well,
why is gay and trans?
they're
and
the
queer?
they're the foot in the door, man. They're like blacks, foot in the door. Let's get the queers and let's get the trans and everything. They're the
Because
foot in the door.
even if you just said Black Lives Matter, if
Right,
you're
right,
black,
right.
trans, black, whatever, you're already under that.
But the sellers of evil, they're like, well, I got in. Let me jam as much
I
as I
wonder
can.
how many people like if you're black or whatever, and you think, and you see that, what does it feel like?
A lot of black
to
people,
know-
a lot are cringe at that stuff. It's like, that
Yeah,
doesn't
like
make
why
any
am I?
sense.
Why is it because I'm
Well,
black
less and
I'm
less.
associated with
Less and less.
trans and queer and all that
I'm
stuff?
out there talking to people doing a couple man on the streets.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Oh yeah, how could they find your man on the street
The
footage?
one? Oh, okay.
Any
well,
of them?
Well, see, the thing is, I got a whole bunch of footage that's still gonna be released. So, but that you can all find. It'll all be available at Gorgonzola on Instagram.
Gorgonzola.
That's like the
G-O-
cheese. It's like the cheese, Gorgonz, but Hola, like hola.
Hola. Gorgonzola.
Hola. But you'll find everything there.
Amazing.
Eventually.
So
I'm
yeah.
out there doing these men on the streets, and
You're doing men on the street.
I'm doing men on the streets, and while I'm in the middle,
You're
I'm
doing men
a
on the street.
I'm also a multitasker, right? I'm a multitasker. I like to have fun and then also get these interviews. A lot of these young people, they're like totally with it. They're like, yeah, the black trans.
But
black
you're
queer
good
stuff.
at asking questions.
Without letting them know what side you're on. They don't see
They
it
open up
coming.
to me.
Yeah.
But you're also,
They see the hair.
you know,
They see you looking. He looks Mexican.
They open up to me,
You know
and I think it's the look, but it's also
the energy.
the way.
It's his
the way I
heart.
am.
and also at the same time when we're talking to you, we're talking to Jesse. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, come on. You're
Yeah.
talking to me. You're talking to
Hey.
You need to talk to Jesse. You talk to Nick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you want to talk to Jesse? You talk to this guy.
Same thing.
It's the same thing.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, fuck out of here. A question from Adriana in the chat. This is a good one for
So Adriana, is that
our guest.
our Adriana?
That is our Adriana.
By Signa Forte.
She wants to know, random question, if a man is with God, what does he need a woman for besides for making babies?
No reason.
You tell me.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. So, no reason?
I mean, you don't need anything, right? But I mean, then you wouldn't even get married, right? You wouldn't
It's
even. Like,
you know what I would say is because it's a helper. It's somebody to share your life with and to create family and
Make sandwiches?
which would be like 99% of people, right? A lot of guys I mean that are like they're doing the bond thing and all that. Like, wow, I'm gonna be like all the way woke up and. But if you were, you're not gonna have a woman. How about instead of thinking that far ahead, just live your life the way you are,
right.
and forgive and be cool and just live your life, and you're probably gonna end up with a woman, and if you do, it's because there's still a little bit of that like, pull to her, and you're supposed to kind of get over it, right?
But there is something
This is all
like,
theory, but
If you focus on your career and your life, right, and you do your thing and you love what you do, you work,
yeah,
then you find a woman that supports that,
right.
and she backs you with that, like life is better.
And it's supposed to be like a little.
Unless she's
little
just
falling.
constantly fighting you.
I
and
think it
judging
should
you.
be that she has to keep crack testing you a little bit. Like a woman's gonna be a woman. They add
She
a little bit of
challenges you, and that's-
spark.
that's
And
Like
good.
someone.
it's fun. It keeps you on your edge.
We were talking about in the office. We were talking about what kind of woman and all that stuff, and I'm just like, that I don't know. It doesn't matter as long as she's like moldable. You can mold her.
Yeah,
Mold
well,
her
no.
into submission.
She has to be. She has to submit.
But see, that's only a girl who hates her father. But if a girl loves her father and close and was the right way, you would need to. She would already understand.
Just
because
let-
she
it happens
gravitates-
naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
But it's a
they still
little-
submit. They just they submit easier than a girl who hated her father. She she wrestles with that spirit and she wants to fight you and try and cut you down to size.
Because if a girl loves her father and is closer, then she's gonna think more like a man, right?
Fine, yeah.
And if you're a good man, loves what's right, and you want to lead her into your logic, you're gonna think of what's right first. And she's gonna be right there with you. But the man's gonna be the one to it's in his nature to get there first.
So short answer, does a man need a woman?
No.
Need a woman? No.
No, I believe the same thing. We don't need a woman, and if a man acts like he needs her, he's gonna lose her because he's gonna end up worshiping her. So if you do have a woman added to your life, you don't need her, and don't act like you do because you don't. She needs you. She needs a good man.
Every woman, see, even though I haven't always been like into like what we're talking about, what we've been into,
Yeah,
like,
same
woken
here.
up
Same
and all
here.
that stuff. I've always been in every single one of my relationships, as fallen as I may have been or whatever. I've always affected the woman more than she's affected me.
Right.
I've always like even in my
Even your worst beta state.
even in my most beta state, I've always kind of affected the relationship more. She's come out of it more than I have.
I've always had something in me that always wanted to like help. Like, you know, I was always a listener, but I may have not done it the right way because I would still I was sharing my problems, my weaknesses, and now
Right.
it's like, you know, it opened my eyes to realize where I was wrong.
Dude, what'd you think when you realized that was a mistake? You're like, oh, dang.
I saw everything. I'm
Right,
like, no
right.
wonder.
You're like, right.
They're saying, of course that guy needs her to do sandwiches and all his laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear all this yapping, but I don't hear any sandwiches being made.
Don't worry, Adrian, we love you.
That's my line for most women: is just say less yapping, more sandwiches. But the girls who get it, get it. It's not a dig. It's just that most women in the fallen state talk too much. They want to hear themselves. It's that ego. They want to, and that having some of them admit it, that they play this version of a guy, this fallen state guy. They become that guy, and they're just way too aggressive, way too imposing. And a real man is not imposing. He lets you, like God, he'll let you die, kill yourself.
But you know, it's like normal to be. It's like normal to be a little like romantic and kind of get into it. It's a little beta, but that's how men and women come together. You're supposed to like get over it.
I know what you're saying. I think, you know.
And you shouldn't be so. But it's not normal the way it is nowadays.
Yeah.
There used to be a more sense of. I've learned speaking to older men, seeing relationships from before. There used to be a more sense of like. There used to be a more manliness to it.
Adriana thinks that a woman who needs a man will get clingy. I don't think so. If he's living right, he will check your ego and keep you from being ridiculous.
What's this? Let's check your ego.
Check your ego could be a Sean Connery slap. It could just be a simple. It could be a fatherly look, like cut that crap out. But you know, you don't have to always hit a woman. But you know, you just gotta learn how to lead them in the right way.
If you have to hit a woman, it's because you
video
have
froze.
Chap.
Did it quit?
No, it's just this update. Try to.
That's what happens, bro.
The update interrupts it.
Oh, it's up there.
It's always, I don't know how to shut that off. It's like goes for my settings and it's like oh.
Thank you,
So
Matt.
update.
It wants me to update with that COVID crap.
Oh, you gotta update
Keep
it.
blocking it. Oh yeah, we
We
are
got a
calling.
caller.
Huh?
Let's see.
Somebody's angry.
Let's see if we got a control or. Well, they didn't say their name. I always get nervous when they don't say their name. So we
Be
don't know.
nervous.
Hey, Cox. Oh wait, this is looking clean here, right?
Yeah, clean.
Oh, they hung up. All right.
Take
well,
a risk. Take a risk. Columbus did.
We have a call-in line, 818-308-5559. Call in.
8308-5559.
That's our number, right? You're not doxing someone.
Huh?
That's the number to call.
Yes, to call in.
Tell you doxing somebody.
That's your number, bro. It's your home number.
I forgot.
That's your mother's number.
Hello, who's this? Hello, hello. Hello. All right.
Your damn
I can hear the
prank
show in
call.
the background, but it's like they're waiting to get on air to say something silly.
Prank call is over.
When I hear the show in the
Troll is
background,
gonna troll.
I think that's a personal affront when I'm taking the calls. And
I know.
And
Like, have some nuts.
I'm kidding. There's a lot of people that just don't know, but I'll tell them the first time they get off, and then when they get on air, and they're on speakerphone.
Right?
I think that's a personal affront.
Well, it's, you know what it is? It's childish. Like, you know the rules. You know, and anyone, and man,
I have to pray.
then Jesse has, I thought Nick told you. It's like, Nick did tell him.
I have to pray.
Yeah.
I have to
You
pray.
gotta pray you don't kill somebody. Andreas. Oh, okay, this is a good one. This is Andreas. He
From
also knows
Cali?
Jesse. He's been to church.
From Cali?
Yes.
From Riverside, I think.
Riverside.
Riverwood, mother. That's cool, man.
Break yourself.
Andres.
What's up, Andreas?
Hey, what's up with you?
What's good with you?
I was just calling to let y'all know that the screen was frozen.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this Trevor's
that's
phone.
That's the homie right there. What's cracking, bro? Hey, it's good to see you at the men's meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man's meeting was amazing. It was like having a piece of sweet potato pie, man.
I love it.
Cause it was like it's been like forever since we had one, so it was like yeah.
You know, it was the most ever. 48.
Most
I
guys.
believe the most before was 47.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was.
We
48.
waited 6
48
months.
plus a kid. I heard there was a kid there. But
Yeah, one guy brought his
I
son.
thought it was a girl at first, because I don't
That's
think
what
this is a
Ernie said.
men's meeting. Why is there a little girl
Right,
here?
right.
Well, that's what Jesse said. That he brought that kid to church, and he's like, "Oh, is that your daughter?" He's like, "It's my son." Beta. Oh man. So
I
what?
just wanted to call in and just talk about like just reflecting on the 4th of July, you know, it's coming up and everything tomorrow, and it's like I don't know, man. Just the state of America right now is just so amazing, it's so crazy, and it's so like backwards, man. Like this is the time that we gotta like celebrate, you know, the sacrifices that everybody's forefathers, you know, made, you know, to bring this country to where it is. And I mean, I just got off work and I was going over to Walmart and I was watching a clip of Jesse's show. He was talking about how, and the clip was talking about how this, you know, POCs were talking about, oh, the national park.
Oh, I love this clip.
And it doesn't reflect, or it makes me feel uncomfortable, and it makes me feel like
Did
I'm
you guys see what he's talking about?
I did. Isn't that where they were saying that like the national parks there's too many white people?
What?
So
Yeah.
I opened up the show today with this this news story, and they're coming after national parks now. They were saying that the people that go hiking is too white, and it's a sign of systemic racism.
Oh my God.
And that national parks and hiking is the next bastion of segregation, and all that stuff.
Or they're just reaching, man, and pulling. It's like
But here's what I think.
who even thinks of these things?
It's like it's not even a black thing. Like I don't know too many black guys who go camping and hiking. Like not in those numbers.
People are gonna get it too. People are gonna be on that train too. Like, yeah, them parks are racist, man. All them white people being celebrated for making this country great. You know what? Everybody, like, no, bro. Like,
But if you notice,
history is history.
if you notice, like the real point behind all that, I saw was because they were saying the fact that it's all white, but in 2040 the whites are going to be a minority in this country is an existential problem for these parks, which means they admit that only white people are maintaining these parks.
Yeah, there's also a joke.
They're the only ones that are maintaining the parks, the monuments, and all that stuff.
If white people go down, so do dogs, so do wild animals. You know, like just look at the condition of third world countries.
More so cats.
Well, everything.
Yeah,
There's no respect for third world countries for some of these things that we take for granted here that we say are white things.
Right.
But it's just, hey, I went hiking last week and it was all white people on the trail, like one black guy. You know, I was like, what up? I was like, Black Lives Matter. You know.
That's a Nazi salute these days.
I know.
And then I saw. Do y'all know who Anthony Brian Logan is? He's a black
ABO.
conservative on YouTube. So
He won't respond to my calls.
Really?
No, I don't have his number.
Is
but
he white or black?
He's black.
Is he a conservative?
Black conservative guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
Is he a fake conservative?
What about him,
High
bro?
school.
What about him?
Yeah.
And so
Let's
he
talk
was
ish.
going over a video. Apparently this happened a few days ago, and he's just now addressing it. There's this video now of a white woman and against like a black woman and a child.
Did she pull the gun?
And apparently the white woman has bumped into the teenager or whatever, and so the black people made a whole big deal out of it. Now the initial video is what the mom took, and the initial video starts with the white woman pulling the gun out on her because she pulled the gun out on her. But the daughter started the video way before, like not like right when she was getting bumped, because I don't know how severe a bump was as they were passing each other in the Chipotle. But because of that bump, the black lady and her daughter basically cornered the white woman, and the white woman is pregnant, mind you. They cornered the white woman and said, "You better apologize. You need to apologize. You're racist." This. The husband gets out, gets involved, and he's like, "Man, why y'all doing this? Like, it's not even that serious." The black family, they call them racist and everything. They said, I'll beat you up, I'll beat her up, and everything like that. And so at first they blocked him from the woman from getting inside the car. Then after she was able to get in the car, the mom stepped around the car, stood in the back of the car, preventing them from backing out, the white people from backing out, and then was banging on the car. And then that's what provoked the white woman to pull out the gun, the pregnant white woman to pull out a gun on her, because at that point it's like.
Didn't the black family followed her too, right? They pursued her.
Isn't technically kidnapping when you
Prevent movement.
Prevent movement from someone?
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
I think you might be. You sound right.
No, I know
Sound
Joey
white.
Diaz, the
Sound
comedian,
white.
he said he got
You know
kidnapping
that.
charge just for keeping somebody in one room of his house. For
Oh,
like
yeah.
they said, he wouldn't let me leave the bedroom,
Oh, yeah.
and there was a kidnapping charge.
Well, it sure sounds
But
like
it's like,
kidnapping. I mean,
it's,
these
just, it's just the state. It's just the state of America right now. It's like there's no like love, there's no logic, there's no reason, there's no rhyme to it.
That's why I'm aware of all this stuff, and it's like if something happens
Of what makes
in
America
situations like this where it's white person, black person, whatever, like it doesn't look good. Like it's good for the white people. So I'm just like
Never.
I'm aware of my surroundings, and I just avoid situations.
It's like Jay-Z in the elevator when he got slapped by a girl. He's just like, man, I could take you down, but I would lose my whole
Nah,
empire.
Jay-Z was
Yeah.
not aware.
If I like.
It's
He
just
got beat up by Solange.
it's ridiculous though. That couple is
man
now
was not
facing
aware.
the couple that you brought up, Andreas. Last I heard, they're now facing potential 4 years in prison.
Yeah.
Wait, what for the gun?
For the gun, for defending themselves.
Wow.
They want to
the black
prosecute
family
them.
pursued them and all that, but that's what they want. They want white people to pop off.
Yeah,
They
they're like do terrorism. They're like poking them. Come on, do some
They
terrorism.
want white people to pop off, and there to be a violent story where a white guy shoots a black person, and then boom.
Yeah, they want another Dylan Roof. They want another Christchurch. They want another Charlottesville.
Yeah. That's really like.
Well, everybody knows
It's like,
this is my God contract. Well, everybody's racist, yeah.
considered
Hey,
it's
those
just-
tops,
it's just-
man.
I don't know. It's
I'm just
a
cultural,
blessing
bro.
again. It's just be in
Oh,
the
yeah.
eye of the storm.
Well,
Just be
okay.
everything. Be in the eye of the storm of your thoughts too. Because like at my job, like I mean, my job's not hard. It's not serious. It's not like you know what I'm saying. There's things that can really like tick you off. And I see that in one of my coworkers because he gets ticked off like every single time. I think he hates me.
Your coworker is the Pope?
But huh?
Your coworker is the Pope? The Pope is tick.
Oh, wait.
No.
The Pope is tick.
You know what?
It's tick. It's just tick.
Oh no.
Oh.
The Pope is tick. That's the
far
best part.
from a Pope. He's far from a pope, but it's just I don't know. It's so awesome to be able to stay present and be in the present moment.
Yeah, no,
Watch my
amen,
phone,
bro.
be able
And it's awesome too to be able to go to these men's meetings. Mexicans, whites, blacks,
Yeah.
Asians, Indians,
Yeah.
and everybody's there is like it's on the same frequency and able
Yeah.
to like we could joke around and we know that we all just want to love what's right in life and it's not about any of that stuff. So that's why it's so good to get away from all this craziness.
Yeah, all races
It's,
at the
it's
menu.
almost like an oasis in a way because I mean we're in a desert where it's not okay to be white, not okay to identify with character. Not okay to be a man. It's not okay to stand up and say what you really is really on your mind. Like it's none of those things are okay.
Right.
So I'm just so appreciative of that we have a venue and an avenue to really, develop that and grow into it, as opposed to so many people out here.
Yeah, man.
People out here, they just don't know. They don't have a way.
For sure. Because it's a spirit, man.
And the Bible,
Like it doesn't matter what anybody
it's
looks
a
like.
spirit,
It's a spirit, and it's like I like it more. I'd rather be in a room full of all different ethnicities that have the same spirit than in a room full of all white people.
Mhm.
Like I like diversity and I like different, but I like it when there's that thread of like, it's all good,
Right,
no matter what. Like we're good.
right.
Like that's it.
No, okay.
Oh,
I mean,
you know what was so fun? So yesterday I was helping my buddy out because he's trying to get a YouTube channel going.
Yeah.
And what he's doing is just kind of like just almost like a podcast type of deal, and he asked me to, throw my 2 cents in. And so earlier yesterday, while I was, walking with my cousin and everything like that, I helped him out, and we had a conversation. It was me, him, and another dude, and we all went to the same school and everything, so we pretty much knew each other. But we were just talking about, black people, because, we're all black. And so we were just talking, and it was the dude that I was, like, mainly talking to, like, my friend, he was basically the mediator of it. And he was basically, like, the host of it, and he let us, me and the other friend, go at it. But, all that other friend was talking about was systemic racism. Systemic racism. I'm like, first of all, those are just made up words, and they're not real, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's all about character.
For
And
sure.
lo and behold, I get a call from my friend that has that was hosting everything, and he talked with the other dude that was involved with it, and the other dude said that he didn't like, what he said. He wasn't like saying anything good. But I was like, man, I already know like when I'm about, I already know like, what I was gonna say, what I need to say, what needs to be said. And of course I could have, if I look back on it, then there's things I could have changed here and there, but my whole sentiment was the same, and I was ready to have that video go out. But it won't go out because the other one, he was like, oh no, I didn't like my spirit, and what I said, I don't really know if that was like 100% real.
That's good that you're.
And that just shows it.
That's good that you're speaking up, bro. And as much as color doesn't matter, in these times, you being black and being able to like recognize and objectively, right? It's like you're black, but you could see what's going on in the black community and in different communities to where your identity is not all raveled up in it. So if someone does make point about the black community, you don't take it personal because you're not the black community. You're just, you're you who happens to be black. And people all need to identify as, first children of God and loving what's right, but then also as an individual,
Yeah, absolutely. And it was just a whole bunch of, I felt like the majority of the conversation was just getting outside of, like, what identity are you? Because they were talking about, oh, I'm African this, and I'm African American now. I'm like, none of us were born in Africa. None of us are from Africa.
Family gets together so fun now.
None of us know an African language. None of us have parents that were born in Africa or know an African language.
I'm not Irish American. Have you ever met an African Canadian?
I'm pretty sure. Like I believe it's like majority of black people have white ancestry in America. It's something like that.
I'm sure there's like a high
man,
number of
It's
people.
very high. It's very uncommon
high.
to be this African descent.
Honestly, I don't know about y'all, but I could like tell like the few minority of black people who's descended from like strictly black stock, like they blue black.
Yeah, they're so black they're purple.
Plus, there's different kinds of black. There's
Like-
Nigerian black.
But you
Blue
can-
black?
you can-
I've never heard that. That's so funny.
Oh,
Blue
you never
black.
heard that?
That's
Oh,
so
dang. Have y'all watched the Proud Family?
Huh?
Y'all watch the Proud Family?
Oh yeah, I see Proud Family. Those blue black girls. Is that what that is? Is that what a reference
I
is?
don't know.
The Gross Sisters, yeah.
The Gross Sisters.
Yeah.
That's what that reference is.
Blue black.
Mhm.
Proud Family.
Blue is
man,
the
that's
black.
classic. Proud Family.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And if I knew
The
some,
Altos.
I knew some Nigerians. I tutored a Nigerian family's kids, and they didn't want to ever be associated with American blacks. They looked down on them because they didn't have
Yeah.
a culture, education. They were rude and ghetto. And these people were very proper. Never spoke broken English, even though they had a thick Nigerian accent. And they carried themselves with pride, and they never once felt like they wanted a handout. They never felt bad for being black. They loved America. They were grateful.
Right on.
They assimilated.
Repeat after me.
Yeah, and
Shed the blood.
that's the wildest thing to me. That's the craziest thing.
And
Like, I went to
because
school
the American
with that.
flag, like in these
Okay.
days, especially like if you see somebody rock an American flag shirt or anything like that, it's automatically assumed that they're conservative or Republican because the Democrats, they're anti-America. They don't want an American flag, and that flag is supposed to be a representation of unity of
Right.
Americans, right? So it's like it's black and white to see that like it's either this or that, right? And we should all be united as Americans, and so that's why I resonate with the conservative Republican side, because from what I've heard, you hear that all white people are racist and all these things. No, we want unity. We want them to all be Americans.
Conservatives want that so much that they like acquiesce and they like lose a lot of battles because of that.
They're spineless.
Yeah, the spinelessness comes from a like misplaced want that you're describing. That just like, hey, you're different, but I want to be still unified as Americans.
Do you think that's kind of like, that's how, the way I look at it now, I don't want to be compromised. I think Christians should be intolerant. That these Christians they're people pleasing. They're trying to please the woman. Like Trevor's analogy of the right being like a cucked father, a beta male, and Democrats being the angry female.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to win by giving them an inch. You have to be firm.
Yeah, because Republicans and conservatives now are like the dad that just want to keep the peace.
Right.
That get run over by the mother, and then the mother resents them because they don't put their foot down.
The differences in America used to be, from when I've been reading and just studying, and like the like founding of America and the clergy and the deep like rooted like Christian foundation of America. The differences in America and in the politics and in the party used to just be things of like faith, things like, oh, you believe Jesus is God and I don't, things like that.
Ideologies.
Right, those kinds of things. And so that same kind of want to like, hey, you're different, but we're still Americans, has become, hey, you believe in gay marriage and men can be women, but hey, I still want you to be an American. But it's just, the rift is so far that I don't know if you can win anymore that way.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Honestly, I think as far as like religion and Christianity is concerned, like I think it should be like everybody can observe their own religion, but when it comes to school, when it comes to the public, when it comes to representing America.
Speak up if you can in your phone. Be louder.
Come to the
back
phone.
to your phone.
Come back to your phone.
Hello?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna put you on
Hear
and
me
let
now?
Nick talk to you.
No, just speak up. We couldn't hear you.
Alright, hello?
Yeah.
Alright, well, as far as like religion is concerned, I feel like everybody could like practice and study whatever they want to, but when it comes to like the schools, when it comes to the public gatherings and places, it gotta be Christian, man. It gotta be, that represents America. It gotta be Christian.
I agree, man.
We're turning to this like secular,
Right.
Marxist, communist, diversification, where it's like a practitioner of all religions, practicing no religion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like somebody, like there's this whole wave of being spiritual, but with no grounding, with no foundation.
Yeah.
That's evil's playbook, man. It's inch by inch.
It's all confusion.
Yeah, that's evil's playbook. It's like, oh, okay, fine. You could be Christian, but let's be secular as well. Okay, now it's all secular.
Give us a piece.
They
Give us a piece.
they
And now
They create new words for everything, and then people feel like, oh, like I'm hip, I'm progressive, I learned this new word, and then they get all in their ego about it when they're not saying anything.
Well, look at the gay marriage thing. First they wanted the gay marriage. Now they want to take away straight marriage. Now they want every church to do what they want to do. Then they want the cakes, and now they want the kids. It just never ends.
Like,
Now it's
Firm and
mandatory.
final.
Now it's state-enforced homosexuality.
The Pledge of Allegiance says justice for all.
Right,
But then they
right.
say social justice. It doesn't justice cover that? Just like the Black Lives Matter, right? Doesn't that cover trans? All these things, they have to put all these things to make it more complicated. And then if you're not any of those things, what does that mean? It suggests that you don't matter?
Well, civil rights. Now they've now put LGBT under civil rights protection, and the only people not protected by civil rights are white, straight Christians.
Right.
So isn't that a trip that we don't get protection? I can get fired, and I can't sue them for racism, for being against me, for being a straight man. I get no protection. But if you're black, oh, God forbid you fire a black man.
Inch by inch, man.
I've said
Remember,
that
abortion
before.
used to be
Gay
just
black
only abortion. They used to say only sometimes, and when
Yeah, only for the rapes.
Yeah.
I used to play this gig for a big artist, right, playing keys, and it was great. I was awesome, got to travel, and then I eventually got a call saying, hey, you're great, you didn't do anything wrong, but we want to go with a black musician because we just think it would look cooler on stage. Like, if that was the other way around, it would be racism.
Right.
But see, I get it, because I know that it's their right to deliver whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's their vision. Like, if you want to have, I didn't
I can
take
see
it
the
any
business
way.
move.
Exactly, I get it. So I'm not going to be a victim in that. but I can totally see the double standard in it.
It's insane.
Like,
but I totally see the two. Like, it's a business move, and you do it.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for the fact that everything's so backwards and double standard, that would be okay. But it's like now you gotta like fight back. You know?
So Andreas, thank you for calling in, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man.
And then maybe we'll see you at church.
Oh no, man, I got work. I'm not driving no 3 hours before.
All right, well,
I'm be honest with y'all, man.
we'll catch you next time.
Well, if you get fired, we'll see you.
Yeah, and sue them because you're black,
Oh,
so it's
bet.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Bet. Bet.
Bet.
I bet.
Take it easy.
Later, man. Music was trying to call in. It's the line's open now. Music,
This time in the bathroom.
go for it. Give us a call. Imagine firing a gay black man that supported BLM and Obama. Talk about a headache. Let's see. I'm gonna go back and see if I missed any questions. Nick in the house. Great work this week on the Dixie song research. NPC's neighbors are flying the gay flag, not the American flag, just the straight gay flag.
Straight gay
Just
flag?
only the gay flag. Straight gay.
That's an oxymoron.
I know. You can't be born in two countries. Yeah, you can't be African and American.
You can have dual citizenship.
And that's two continents. You can't be born in two places at once.
Bam, bam. Bam, bam.
Is that Bam Bam Thank You Bam?
To send a voicemail.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, buddy? This is Trevor.
Hey, what's up, Trevor? I figured that was you. I saw that Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, Jay, sir. You guys are doing good, aren't you?
I'm doing well.
Life is good, man. I can't complain. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, you know. Life is swell right now, and I think that I feel the atmosphere. I think the country is actually getting better. I don't know about you. How do you feel about the country right now?
All I know is I'm living my best life. Yeah, man. I remember before I used to kind of like my thoughts would get to me and it would like convince me things where I would be blameful
Right.
or I would find reasons why I would be unhappy, you know, and point the finger and stuff. But now it's like I feel free from that, so I don't have bad days anymore.
Right, I feel like my mind's always playing tricks on me.
Yeah, my mind tries to, but then I'm like, aha, got him.
Yeah. It's a
So
pretty
I don't
wild
want to
world.
take too much of your time. I was wondering, are you coming out with any new music, Trevor?
Do I what?
You coming out with an album or anything?
I have a lot of music I'm working on. I need to put it out for sure. But I just put a song out today, actually, for White History Month with Jesse Lee Peterson. I don't know if you heard it. It's called "It's Okay to Be White."
I did. It's amazing, man.
I appreciate it. Man.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's more of like a joke, kind of funny song, but
Right.
I do have new music I'm working on for sure.
I'll be looking out. No pressure, man. You take your time on that, you know what I mean? And I see Nick's in the studio.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
This is Trevor from Arizona.
What's up, Trevor? How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
This
Oh,
is Trevor from Arizona.
TNT,
We
bro.
got
It's
the Three
dynamite.
Musketeers.
Do you have any questions for Nick, Trevor?
What?
Let me think for a second.
Milk that.
How do you like being a young producer?
Oh man, it's cool. Coolest job, man.
Do you find girls and they say, "What do you do?" You're like, "I'm a producer."
Oh, dude, I milk that.
So
Yeah.
producer.
Producer.
Do you have producer
I'm a
shoes?
Hollywood
You know, there's
producer.
certain shoes that producers wear.
Well, I don't
Like
wear
loafers?
Them. I wear them out when I go out.
Out.
You got those fancy shoes on.
Yeah, I got the Balenciagas.
The Balenciagas.
The Balenciagas.
You got those red bottoms?
No.
No?
You got those gator skin shoes.
Oh hell yeah, I'm using that title. I produce.
What are those?
All right, it's always a pleasure talking to you, gentlemen.
Likewise,
bro.
Trevor.
Good name, by the way.
You got
Strong
any
name.
questions for me before I head out of here?
What was that?
Do people call you Travis?
No, they call me Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Did you like the Flintstones?
All right, I love the Flintstones. I
Oh,
get the
yeah.
Flintstone vitamins too.
For sure.
Amazing.
Oh man, I use those. I chew way too many.
You know, if you're digging a well, you know, you gotta hit that bedrock. You know what I mean? Get that water.
For sure. Nothing like well water.
Nothing like well water.
Nothing.
Right.
You ever push a goose over in the
I like
well
your
so
hat,
your
man.
grandma can make soup out of it? And you're like, oh, I don't know what happened.
You told me, I think so.
Awesome. Well, thanks for calling in, Trevor.
Said that. Thank you, bro.
Hey, thank you, Rich. You
No
gonna
problem.
come out merch?
Soon, hopefully. I know we've been getting a
Yeah.
lot of people requesting T-shirts. So,
Really?
yeah.
We gotta do it, man.
Shirts.
I'm waiting on this guy.
I know.
He's the business of this operation.
Do it. I'm gonna buy some shirts.
This fascist over here. So yeah,
I believe in you guys.
I'll try and come up with some T-shirt ideas that hopefully will be carried on Teespring for
Right
the show.
on, guys.
Hell yeah.
All right, beautiful gentlemen. You take care, all right?
You do. Happy
Hi,
4th of
I'll
July,
take care.
Trevor. Happy 4th.
Oh, thank
Bye,
you.
man.
Happy 4th of July, man.
Oh, say can you see?
Got some questions for Nick from the chat. I asked him.
So,
So here's some. Well, one comment. Nick would be a great journalist. I agree.
hell yeah.
Here's a question from Andreas. Nick, what made you realize that you were once in the fallen state?
Unknown caller.
What brought you to want to seek the truth?
Oh man. So I was I don't know, I was just living my life and stuff stopped feeling like
Hey, T, just hold on.
stuff like I didn't feel like right, but I would always kind of like get over it and I would go up and down and I'd be like almost, I don't know, I'd call it like in sync and like everything's right.
Great band.
And then
Great band.
fantastic band. But then I would like fall out of it and things would be wrong and I couldn't, like social situations sucked and I'm just like, why does that keep happening? Why do I keep feeling like off? And then it's like those periods of offness kept growing and I'm just like, I feel like I'm getting worse. And I'm like, something's like wrong like inside or something. And so I don't know, I just kind of realized that. What made me realize that I was fallen though, that it was like a spiritual thing, that it was, okay, you're a fallen creation and you're a spirit first of all and all that stuff. I don't know, like hearing Jesse talk about it. But I mean,
But you had a sense, you always knew that something was off.
right, and it was just kind of in the background, but I was living my life fine, but it was just those periods of offness was just getting worse. And I didn't believe in God or anything. I didn't believe in God.
Really?
No.
So, did you believe in not believing in God?
No, not really. Well, actually, yeah, for a bit. I remember being a young atheist. Oh man, dude, God has already been figured. There's no God. It's obvious.
Isn't it funny that not having a belief?
I was like militant about it, but I was like, dude, I figured it out. Dude, science. bro.
Not having a belief system is a belief system.
Yeah, I know. But that would like a young atheist like that would be like, you're stupid.
Another question.
Someone on the phone?
Yeah, I touched T, but I have him. Hold on just to get one more question
T?
for Nick. Nick, how old are you?
I'm 26.
And Trevor, how old are you?
He's 2 years older than me.
Oh yeah. I'm 26.
I'm somewhere in the middle. Meet me in the middle. All right, caller T from San Antonio, Texas. T Warrior 1.
What's up?
How you doing, T?
Hey, man, I'm so sad I had to cancel my tickets to Chop, man.
You were going to Chop?
Is it over?
Man, I had to cancel my tickets, man. I had me a little crate set up and everything, man. I was gonna have my own little tent, you know, a little bucket to pee in and everything, man.
Damn, my favorite black man right here.
Is Chop over?
Yeah, I heard that they broke it up in Seattle, but they're trying to do a new one somewhere else.
And New York all
Yeah,
over.
it took 45 minutes, man. It's sad. A few people had to die and get raped before people saw it was a stupid idea.
Right, and then they had the black guards killed 2 black innocent men.
Mhm.
It's like, what do you tell the parents? Like, hey, your black children were killed by black people who set up an autonomous zone in the name of Black Lives Matter. It's like, it's like, what?
Yeah, it's the same element as it is in the ghetto. The same exact thing, you know? When you put it, okay, so you imagine everybody in the hood are afraid of these gangsters, and the gangsters tell them, you know, snitches get stitches, right?
Yep.
So who does that leave? You know, if you call the police aren't going to do anything. And so, I mean, the people aren't going to say anything to the police, so the only people who are there running their own security is basically the gangsters. It's just how it was in that little experiment called Jazz and Chop, you know? I mean, I can imagine the stuff that was going on over there, man.
It's terrible.
Yeah, we're gonna be a love fest, and everybody's gonna be skipping around, sprinkling fairy dust. You know, and I noticed something about y'all three sitting there behind that keyboard. None of you guys are social distancing right now. You don't have on your mask. You're not using hand sanitizer.
Actually, you know what's funny is you remind me before we did the stream, we went to the store and we didn't put our masks on. And as we're swiping in the self checkout to get out, like the lady's like, "Sir," or I had a mask but it was on my neck. I didn't have it on, and she's like, "Your mask needs to be all the way on." And I was like, "Well, I have a medical condition and I have a trouble breathing." And then she like shook her head, and this lady, it was like a customer. She's like, "No, you have to wear that mask anyways. It doesn't matter." She's like, "What he says is it doesn't matter." And then the lady that worked there, the employee, just stood there and like didn't do anything.
Nothing.
And I was like, just thinking like, okay, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Thanks, Mom.
She asked me like, "Do you have a mask?" I was like, "No, ma'am." It just kept going. Ringing
yeah?
I just kept ringing it up. I don't care,
You
man.
didn't. You said
No,
no.
wait.
Oh, yeah, I said no, sir.
And then he's like, sorry.
Sorry, I mean no, ma'am.
But it was a genuine mistake.
Is that how you like operate?
I wait till they say something and I tell them no. And if I really need to buy it, like the AutoZone, I needed to go to AutoZone.
Right.
So I was like, well, let me do something. I'll meet you in the middle. So I had a fresh pair of boxers in the truck. Threw my boxers over my face
Right.
just to spite the manager, and she's just like, "Rah."
I got that. I took a HD photo too. I got a picture of that if you want it.
Yeah.
Good for greeting cards.
She's like, "You gotta cover your face." I was like, "Oh, I'll cover my face, all right. I'll show you a face cover."
You have a man with underwear on his face and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. My next plan is I'm gonna get some tidy whities, and I'm gonna dress them up with some dirt, put a nice little streak down the middle, center field, and wear that right here, facing front and center.
You're gonna be like all over freaking.
Hey, but T, answer me this question: Does underwear stop a fart?
Infallible
Underwear
logic.
stop a fire.
Does
Yeah.
underwear stop a fart?
I feel like this is one of those corny jokes coming, man. But I'm
No,
like,
I'm just trying to make people see what I'm saying here. Does underwear stop a fart?
Yeah, can you
That's the
stop the fart?
question.
No.
So then
no,
how does a
man.
mask stop a virus? You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
Infallible logic. Is he wrong?
If I farted right now, these guys would suffer. That's two pairs of pants.
That's
I'm already
particulates.
That's underwear
That's
and pants.
Fecal particulates in my airways.
Yeah.
That's right. If you
100%.
literally a fart is
phone
tiny
earlier.
specks of
I
crap.
went to buy a phone earlier, and as soon as I walked in, the guy was like, "Hey, you need to have a mask on, right?" I said, "No, you need to have a mask on." He said, "No, you have to wear it to come in here." I said, "Dude, I'm coming in here to buy a phone to make you money, and the best thing you can do is scream at me about not wearing a mask." I said, "You have to wear a mask." I said, "It's unconstitutional to tell somebody what they have to wear." I said, "If you want to walk around in this heat with a mask on, you do it." I said, "The only thing I got to do is stay black, pay my taxes, and die."
That's right. Like people got to just start being. Just don't be compliant. Don't be so easy to get along with them. Make them work for it. If you absolutely have to buy it, and they're gonna try and block you from paying for it, then maybe wear it. You know. But most of the time, they're just bluffing. They're gonna just complain and they'll just walk away.
Right.
But what I don't
Try.
get is how aggressive they are. I mean, you're talking about a dude making probably $9 an hour sitting behind the cash register, and he's screaming at you with authority about not wearing a mask.
Because these people
Right.
are unhappy in general, and so any excuse they can use to have authority and seem powerful, they get a high out of it. And especially this virus is a 99.75 recovery rate.
Yeah.
And where's all the people that are dying that normally die from the common flu, where they're not dying? Everyone has COVID.
Right.
What happened to all the regular flu people?
Man, I ask that question every day. I live here in San Antonio, and man, we have like a high level of cedar pollen. And man, you get the cedar pollen, dude, it's almost like you have a full-blown flu. It's terrible. And what happened to that? The allergies disappeared. I had an argument with a guy on my job the other day. He was screaming at me, "Hey, don't stand too close to that guy. He was coughing, and you might get me sick and my kid and all sick." I said, "Bro, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious right now?" I mean, this same guy, we ride together in the same truck, and, you know, he's all tough and rough. But then when they start sending all this bull over the news, oh, man, the COVID's going back up, all of a sudden he's scared.
Like, dude, you either with it or you against it, man. But don't come to me with that fake stuff, you know? I'm not, you know, it's crazy. It's so hot in San Antonio. You think it gets hot in California. It's hot in San Antonio. I mean, and people are sitting at bus stops with a freaking full mask on their face. People
aren't really afraid they're going to get a virus. They see an opportunity that they get to tell somebody what to do and play and be mom.
Yeah, play God. I'm better than you because I do what I'm told. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, my wife even noticed. She said that a lot of the people she sees in public, that they seem to think it's cool and cute to wear a mask. Yeah, I got my mask from over there in the corner, and I have a Spurs one. And like, you think it's cool? Like,
it's a fashion
you don't be
statement
wearing a
now.
burqa next.
Now it's a fashion statement. It's like, oh, I have my mask that's BLM on it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in pot soon. It's gonna be the way it is.
Yeah, like I don't see this dying down. They're gonna double down on this. They're gonna try and push this. Next thing's gonna be forced vaccination. I just saw an article saying that they want to push. I forget which state it was, but they're trying to push for some kind of program where you'd have to verify that you had a coronavirus treatment, COVID-19 treatment, or a shot to buy anything. Like kind of the mark of the beast kind of stuff. You need to do this if you want to buy, sell, or trade.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's gonna, man. I'm telling you, all these things that people do to try to control people, they never work. In the end, it always ends in some kind of, terrible genocide type thing, and then some sort of revolution, and it never works, man. This idea of trying to run the whole world with one system and one goal and all that never works. It always falls apart because if you read the Bible, it tells us there's one God, one mediator between God and man, the man Christ Jesus. That's it. Other than that, you're not going to have no dude running the whole world. You know, he might think so, but in the end, it's God. It's God's rule, you know?
Everyone's just getting in the way of God's will, and God's will is really like survival of the fittest.
Yeah, it's not an imposing thing. God doesn't impose on you. You got to know what to do, see what the right thing is to do. People who impose on you are the devil.
Yeah, definitely.
Because God is freedom, and we all have the freedom to make our lives what we want it to be. We all have the freedom to do crack.
Right.
You know, we all have, but the Satan is the one that wants to control you.
This shows you how much of a hypocrite that people are. So the same women that walk around saying, "You can't tell me what to wear. I'm a woman. I can dress how I want to. You can't do this and tell me how short to wear my skirt." Blah blah. But they're the main ones walking around with freaking masks on.
Exactly.
You know, it's silly. They were interviewing this girl. I don't know if you ever seen that Campus Reform YouTube channel with them, but they were interviewing these idiotic college students, and this one particular girl, she's standing here, you know, probably just came from Starbucks. She might have a little pink poodle she carries in a purse somewhere, you know, probably has 2 or 3 iPhones.
Hey, that's racist, man.
This country's terrible. I just hate it. Oh, it can get better. And, I'm like, chick, go to Afghanistan and see how your life is then.
Right, and all the people that hate America are the ones that are the most spoiled and have no idea what life is like outside of it.
Yeah, they've never traveled, like, especially with LGBT. You think you got it bad in America?
You
go to
got
Afghanistan.
it bad.
They throw you off roofs. You know, you are lucky to be in this country.
Or like I've said before, like people like say, Canadians that move here, and then they talk about how great Canada is and what needs to change here. It's like, well, why are you here? What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Go to Canada.
I've met a few, and I'm like, and I'll be talking about Canada.
Go hold up a sign in Canada.
I'm Canadian. I'm just like, yeah, I've been there too. Yeah.
Man, I was talking to the dude fresh from over the border, and he's over here complaining about the president. I'm like, dude, why don't you go back? If you snuck into the country and you're complaining about the president, you knew he was president when you were sneaking over here. Take your butt back.
They're like, oh, I would go back to my country, but I'm not allowed to protest there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, but it's too violent. I'm gonna go back because it's too violent.
Yeah, like Ilhan Omar. She wants to complain about America. Where's she from? Somalia?
Something like that.
Send her back there.
Let's see Habesha.
Yeah, let's see how she does in Somalia.
Yeah, why don't you change the country? If everyone changed the country they were in, and they loved their country, the world would be better. Instead of trying to put it all on America's back. Like, oh, if you're American, then we have to save everyone.
A lot of these people are like, they're like sold this story, by the way. They're like sold, hey,
Hey,
you
is
get
Nick
to
still
America and
there
your life will be
sitting
great.
with y'all? Because I don't have it on my screen.
Say what?
Is Nick still there?
Yeah,
he's
he right
here.
here.
Hey, Nick,
up,
I'm
man?
gonna tell you, man, you got balls, bro. Like I'm always talking to people about the street interviews you did in the little riots or whatever.
Nice.
And one particular one with the white girl who was saying, we have to put our bodies on
I
the
know,
line
right?
for
White
black
allies
people.
to the front.
Like,
Was that the short-haired girl?
Yeah.
I remember her. She was
yeah.
White allies to the front.
I tell people, we make fun of that every day, man. Like, we'll see some old yuppie-looking white girl walking up the street, you know, just, one of those types. I hate to be, you know what I mean, with the little purple hair skipping up and down the street. And I say, look, that's one over there. We're going to put our body on the line for you.
I love
It's all ego, man.
That's my favorite line now. I'm out doing these demonstrations. I'm just like, hey, white allies to the front, all right? White allies to the front. And then they'll like listen to me. I'm like, no, I'm kidding. Don't go up there. Like, you're gonna get hurt.
That's a good question you can ask people. Get your Harold Jericho to be like, would you put your body in the line for me?
That's a good one, huh?
Will you put your body in the line for me?
I mean, that's what I ask them. Like, what do you think about white allies to the front? I keep hearing white allies to the front. And they'll do it. They'll start walking. And I'm like, no, I'm kidding. You're gonna get hurt.
That's crazy.
Don't do it.
They deserve it though. They get what they deserve.
But I like pushed them to it. So I
And then they'll be like, how dare that cop? I tried to stab him and he shot me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're such complainers. Or call 911. Call 911.
Yeah, that's exactly what that black chick was saying when the lady pulled the gun out. They all of a sudden they were called the cops, but they manufactured a situation. Because I mean, you're telling so basically what they're saying is white ladies walked through the store and saw some innocent little 15-year-old black girl standing there and said, you know what? I'm gonna ruin my day by bumping into this black girl for no particular reason at all. And then the first thing you racist, you're racist. Then she wants to run behind the lady's vehicle and she's surprised that she pulled a gun out. She better be glad she didn't run her fat butt over.
Exactly. It's ridiculous, man. They set people up. They go up to white people, provoke them, punk them, and then when they do stand up for themselves, they want to cry victim. They're just spoiled, rotten children.
It's a setup.
But when you got about 10 brothers stomping the crap out of somebody in the middle of the street, and then another 50 people egging them on to do it, that's perfectly fine because they're oppressed victims.
Yeah, that's because of 400 years of slavery.
It's just like people saying that, like, oh, especially on social media, they're saying, like, for the 4th of July and stuff, you're not allowed to go out and protest. You can't, celebrate. But then when you bring up, well, what about all the rioters? Why didn't you speak up about the rioters? And they're like, they're doing something that's for a cause for humanity.
That's what they're saying.
That's different. Exactly.
That's what they're saying. They're even saying like, oh, there's scientific studies that say that it wasn't spread through there. It's like such a crock of ish.
It's so stupid.
You can't. It's people are a lot of people are waking up though. I have the like most unlikeliest of friends texting me, and
You're right.
And they're like, oh man, this and that. I'm like, this guy like red pilled or something.
The one good thing, the crazier they act, unfortunately, it will cause some of these people who are idiots to finally see something and maybe wake up. I don't think it's going to be a lot of them, but it's going to be enough where, it might give us some numbers. But at the same time, like T mentioned,
Gideon only needed 300. No?
Yeah, and like T said in the chat earlier, white people need to stand the hell up. It's on white people.
And like our other caller, we need the black people to stand up too. Everybody. And I almost think that like the ones that are the blacks that are speaking up have more power.
That's more power.
If we keep having white people, man, every time something happens, like look at Drew Brees, man. That was a perfect opportunity for him to say, you know what? I said that and I'm standing by it. I don't care. I'm willing to risk career, money, everything to stand by what I believe in. When you have that type of conviction, then things move. But when you get scared every time something happens and you know you're not wrong and then you buckle down and apologize, it just emboldens those who are doing wrong and who have an evil mindset. When you let a bully get an inch, he's going to take that 10 miles. But, when you had that opportunity, okay, I know what I did was right, I know what I know is right, and I'm going to stand on that thing. I don't care what happens. I'm going to stand on it. Then things happen, and then things change. That's what needs to happen, man. But so many white people get scared and buck down, and, oh, I'm so sorry, get these old fake apologies, you know, just to save their career. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, their house is getting burned down up the street. They're getting chased up the block, and most of the time they end up getting fired anyway.
Yeah.
It's just like a woman who says that she wants a man that she can control, but really deep down she doesn't. You know, I see the comparisons as the same way.
Yeah, they'll take it. They'll take a broken man they can manipulate, but they don't want that. They've been getting that their whole life. Every guy will project this. They'll put on this act long enough to make them believe it, to stir their ego, to stir their emotions, to hit that list, and then it'll become obvious that the guy just wants to get in their pants, get into the bedroom, and use them. And that's not what they really want. And the women will start becoming the man, but in a really messed up, distorted way, and the guy becomes the woman. They actually need, like, women need men. Men don't need women, but women need strong men. And then all this goes back to order.
You know, it looked like Drew Brees was facing, losing his career, losing those kinds of things. But what really happened was that Drew Brees was faced with the legions of hell. Like, literally, like, hell opened up before him, and he was faced with demons, and that's why people cave like that. It's like literally hell just turned on you. That's what it probably feels like.
But you have to. Those are the moments where it matters.
That's why you have to be absolutely. It separates the chaff from the wheat.
Exactly. You gotta be 100% Chad.
That's why.
Just
that's
stick with it.
That's what I like about Trump is he's immovable.
That's so.
cannot
I know,
move
right? Oh man, that guy. That
Yeah,
guy is.
but hey guys, I'm gonna get off this line, man. I know
bet.
somebody else is probably itching to call, but I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing,
We
man.
love you, bro.
Love you too, T. No homo.
It's
All right.
homo to say no homo.
Later, T.
Girl, bye.
Unless you're black, you just say no homo.
Line is open. I know someone was asking about the, I think,
That's a
music.
stoner laugh.
I was gonna say like.
So line is open. 818-308-5559. Damn, that was fast.
Who could it be?
Let's see. Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh dang.
P Mars.
This is a turn your heads on.
Press 1.
What's up, P Mars? Thanks for calling in.
That's so
Hey,
freaking.
what's up?
How you doing?
Happy White History Month.
Happy White History
Happy
Month.
White History
man.
Month.
Hey.
Because you know what?
I thought I'd call in
What's
with a piece
gonna
of
be
white history that I
white
think is very
history.
relevant to like what's going on right now with these
Exactly.
lockdowns and
There's pure changes.
the pandemic.
What was that? What was that again? Come at one more time.
I just want to talk about a piece of white history that's relevant to like the pandemic and what's going on right now.
Yeah.
You mean the pandemic or the dem panic?
The pandemic.
What's a piece of history you got for us?
Only on Bros and Cons.
Hit it!
Okay, so Eisenhower's farewell address, right? It's famous for, that's where he coined the term the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
And he warned about a lot of things that came to pass about like the military getting us in all these wars, getting to get us into deficit. And he also, a lot of people don't mention this, he warned about, he said the prospect of the domination of science through federal funding, and conversely, now this is key, the domination of science-based public policy by what he called a scientific technological elite. And we're seeing that, and it's an excuse to take away our liberty and create like basically a totalitarian system here in America with the excuse of science and it's for your safety and there's this invisible enemy and all this stuff. So just thought I'd call in and drop that piece of information there. So
Just so people don't know, I mean, in case people don't know, what would be your definition of totalitarian?
Oh, we lost them.
Drop that on us.
We lost them.
It's just a for your.
White history.
I mean, yeah, basically we're dealing with an elite that uses
purists.
science and technology. Look at big tech, Twitter, Facebook, and they control the science narrative. You know, we come from monkeys and this and that, and they use all this intellectual stuff, which is why you have to reject the world, because if you believe anything in the world, you can get God. They can get their hooks in you.
But you think you think like, oh, if you figured out, okay, this is like the totality of technocrats. Oh, this is evolution is not real. You think once you figure that out, you think you get God or like?
I think if
Because
you,
I don't.
it's
I don't
like
like
a,
having an opinion on those kinds of things.
I liken it
So I don't
to
really know.
like if you're say with a girl, it's easy with that example. If you let part of her ego get the best of you, or you believe it for a second, waste unnecessary breath, indulging her ego when you saw that spirit sneak up, and maybe she's getting snarky and it's not her. It's the same thing as you believing the world and some intellectual or a Jordan Peterson, and if they just catch you a little bit, you're being seduced back into something.
What it is that there's a lake, right? And there's alligators in the lake, and we're on land. You know what I'm saying? That alligator, when you want to catch the alligator, you don't dive in the water or you get eaten. You gotta lasso that bitch, pull him on the land. You don't get in that water with the alligator.
What? Give me your best Confederate yell.
Ugh.
Yeah. Do you know they had a war yell?
Woo!
Yeah.
It's close.
Is that
Ric
what it
Flair.
is?
Really, you're really
Really?
close.
I just thought of Ric Flair.
It's something like that. That's something like that. Yeah, there's a Confederate. Yeah, there's a Confederate
Really?
war yell.
I thought of the
It's
guy.
a battle cry. It's a battle
Because
cry.
we get in his truck sometimes. As a
I'm
joke,
dead serious.
You hit the side of the truck, you're all,
Woo! It's
Like a couple
close.
good old boys.
I swear. That's, I'm telling you, there was a Confederate
You know what's
battle cry.
interesting
It's
that
close to
I realized though is like when you got so many people telling you that you're not allowed to be free, that you can't do this, or they accuse you, be like you're racist. Eventually, you're gonna be like, okay,
I'm a racist.
okay, and you know, like if you
Yeah.
want, it's like
You see that?
fascist. It's like because it's all control, right? They're gonna say that to intimidate you, so that you end up defending yourself and being like, no, I'm not. And you have to,
Oh, yeah.
you have to convince them that you're
Right, how
not a
do you-
racist. It's all to control you. So
How
all
you
you have to do
defend
is
yourself?
embrace it and be like,
Exactly.
okay, cool, like what, okay.
I'm racist AF.
Yeah, I saw this meme where it's a Star Wars bad guy, and it says that when the store clerk asks you if you want to donate to fight racism, and then it says below, "I am the racism." You know, it's you have to like stop defending it. It doesn't matter what you say. They're gonna call you names, call you racist, call you anti-Semite. It doesn't matter. Just embrace it. Like, just keep walking.
There's good
Who
and evil.
cares?
I know I'm not evil. I have no anger and no hatred towards anybody. So whatever racist means under that umbrella, okay. Whatever you say, Eminem said it. I am whatever you say I am.
Right,
If I wasn't, then why would you say I am?
Good enough for him.
Shit.
But I noticed that I'm like just being myself and like believing what I believe, but still just being myself and being a person and people being like a person in conversations and
Bro,
just
you're
being
Mexican,
normal.
bro.
Those are not people.
That's not a person.
That's a sub-person.
It's like the final triggering, the actual triggering.
You got some WD-40?
You know, like I was just saying though, like being myself, but like disagreeing with people. I noticed that as much as people be like, man, that guy, the things that he thinks are crazy, they love the conversation. They get into it.
Because your
They
spirit's
love
there.
it, and you have a good time, and they actually like you for it. Like even if they don't.
And most of the people like to hear themselves talk, too.
Yeah, big time. They love getting into it. So just be yourself and be it anyways.
I get my identity from speaking on big words.
Because it's the ones who are committed to hating you are gonna hate you, right? Like you said, if some of them want to talk to you. If you open up with you hold firm, they might actually have a good time, even though they think you're nuts.
Yeah, man.
But they don't resent you for it.
People have a good time doing that. That's all
NPC 2000.
What up, NPC 2000?
What's the deal?
Nothing much, man. How are you?
I'm good. I just had to call in because T Warrior is from San Antonio
That's right.
as well.
So we got two guys from
That's
San
up with my
Antonio.
mind. Amazing.
Amazing. So you got any questions for our
Yeah.
special guest today, Mr. Nick Gonzalez?
This is the hockey pose.
Dude, I haven't checked out your videos yet, but I want to. You said you're on Instagram, right?
Yeah, you can see me on Instagram. I don't have anything up on there yet, but the video, the one that got the attention, the man on the street in Santa Monica, I have it on my Facebook right now. But you have to like have Facebook and all that. I don't think you have to be my friend. It's
I
public.
don't have Facebook, but my grandma does. So
Nick,
I just met with you.
Nick, you're all your- Well, I mean, I'm gonna put it up on my
Well,
Instagram
Facebook is
soon.
killing though because most
Alright.
people are on Facebook. It's like a family thing.
It kills, man. We're trying to get that going.
Hey, but Facebook pays. If you can get viral on Facebook, you get paid.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
real,
really?
bro.
What's my Facebook? One?
Dang.
My buddy Anomaly says that he gets most of his money from Facebook.
Oh yeah. Dang.
Go ahead, NPC.
That's why I just pretty much stayed off Facebook because of my family was on there.
Yeah, same here. It's definitely like an old school thing.
Yeah.
Messenger.
Oh, okay, I'll try to check it out. I'll have my sister.
Yeah, you can find it there. It's
come to visit or
public.
something.
But
All
I'm gonna make it
my
available on-
family ignores all my Facebook posts. I get like a couple likes.
Man, I'm like a ghost.
Yeah.
I don't have a picture. I don't do anything with nothing.
Well, you're too
Hey,
busy
so
working.
in LA, it's kind of hard to hear you guys, but in LA, they're making y'all. Is it all crazy like over here? They just, we all have to wear masks now. So in the stores, are they freaking out? You mentioned that earlier.
It's mandatory now, isn't it?
Yeah, technically it's mandatory.
Like on the streets too.
You're supposed to be wearing it on the
I don't
street.
wear it.
I don't wear it.
Technically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's man on the street, not mask on the street.
Hello, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
It's in the name.
surprisingly, a lot of people are wearing it all the time.
Lots of people.
I think
Everyone's
we
wearing
need to start calling people what they are and just call them you're a mask hole. Don't be a mask hole.
A mask hole?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny. Like when they tell you, like, dude, don't be a mask hole. Come
Yeah,
on.
like when they try to tell you have to wear a mask, be like, mask hole!
Funny, dude.
What a mask hole.
That's hilarious. Because I went out. I wanted to test the waters today. I had to go run some errands anyway, like go to the bank. So I went up to the mall, Ingram Mall, T-Warrior. I went up there and I wanted to see if you could go in the mall. Like there's no one at the door checking your temperature and everything, but every store has like the cage pulled down and an employee in front of the door. And you can't come in here without a mask.
I asked the guy at the gym today, taking the temperatures of everybody. I was like, have you caught anybody and turned them away? He's like, no, not a single person.
They're checking your temperature?
At the gym, you go in and they check your temperature, right?
That's
I was like,
insane.
have you gotten a single person?
Do you have to comply with that to work out?
Temperature take?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is the only way that
They
you
won't let you- wow.
This is what
No,
you
you
do,
without
right?
that.
This is what I recommend. You go on Amazon and you buy this right here, okay? This is called liquid ass. It's the worst smelling stuff you
The
can
worst.
find. Okay? So you
My
take this,
video's lagging, so
you keep it in your pocket, and when the store side guy says, "Sir, you need a mask in here," you spray a little and you make it so everybody with a mask puts their mask to use. And see
Right.
how good those masks work. Because you guarantee you're gonna smell this.
They're getting particulates no matter what.
Yeah.
I think
I don't
there's
even,
genetic
I don't even have a mask.
condition
I
against
think
that.
like what you said. I see it now. The liquid. So I tell them
there's,
like
like,
you said. They
international law
ask me, and I have no patience for them anymore. Sir, you have a mask? Like, oh no, I've got the medical exemption from Judge Nelson Wolf. Read the executive order. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then
Just
the
make it
person
up.
comes in and asks me, sir, do you have a mask? Like I'm shopping. Like, oh, you talk to the door guy. Don't bother me while I'm shopping. And they're like, oh.
Exactly. Just stand up to them. Like you'd be surprised how many people just leave you alone. I went to the mall the other day. Two guys try to say something, but they can't even look you in the eye.
Say something.
And
Yeah.
they keep walking, and you're just like, no, I'm not putting it on. Did you bring one? No. Why? Because I can't breathe. That's it.
I'm an arbory. I can't
Yeah,
do
I
that.
run with
I can't
the mud. You know.
Yeah, I don't even go into all the detail. I just say, oh, I've got a exemption. Like, no, I can't wear one. I don't have one. I went to the mall and I just wanted to get some pizza at the food court, and every little food court thing, there's people eating with no mask, right? But every little food shop has the sign, no mask, no service. So I went to each one. I was like, hey, just looking at the menu, like, sir, you have a mask? And I act surprised, like, what are you talking about, huh? You have a mask? No. Oh, do I have to have one to order? Like, yeah, sir, you need one. You can't order without a mask. And I'm like, huh, I can't hear you, because they're talking through the glass, right, and the mask. And the guy pulls down his mask, which was under his nose the whole time. Anyway,
You
pulls
just
down
got
his mask and talking.
inoculated.
He's like,
That's what you say.
he's like,
If
you
I were
got a
these
mask.
guys-
Like, you just took your mask off, man.
That's what I said. I'd be like, you just got
can't-
corona.
If I were you guys, I would just start speaking Spanish and be like, no, habla inglés.
No, señor.
No, I don't understand.
Are you racist?
Yeah, es que I don't have mask.
Hey, I'm not gonna. Hey.
I was gonna say,
They had all the.
you sounded. I figured you were Mexican too. Go ahead.
I can
Yeah.
tell.
They had the booths like blocked off for some reason. Like all the tables were fine, but the seats that are just booths, that are just one long line of a booth.
Yeah.
They were all blocked off with caution tape, and the tables were stacked. I went behind the caution tape and unstacked the table and sat in my own little VIP VIP area, like had this whole booth to myself.
Nice.
I was like, screw these people, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We just got to get. The more that people get sick of it and don't comply, the more they'll get tired of trying to correct everybody, and they'll stop being idiots. If you want to wear one at your job, wear one. But stop requiring people.
See, that's what I don't understand is why people want to control other people, what they do. Be like, you can't go out on the 4th of July. You're endangering other
I had a
people's
funny
lives.
theory about that.
I'm like, if that's true, I'm only endangering the people's lives that are out as well. And that's all of our choices. If you're afraid, stay home.
Right.
Like,
But that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying, though, is the fact that you're not complying. It is an attack on them, the society at large. That's the argument, right?
not if they're home afraid in their bed.
But it keeps the
I know that's
lockdown going. It
it is
kills
the-
people that's not them. That's the argument, right?
That's the logic. I was
that's
told that the
that's
other
their
day.
logic.
They try to say you're gonna get us all killed.
Right, that's the logic. I was at the gym, this guy's telling me.
And you, I don't want to get people killed. I don't want to be that guy.
And we're not going to be able to
You
work
know?
out. It's that logic. It's like you're attacking all of us.
But what I
They're
don't
controlling
understand is
everyone with their emotions,
how could
basically.
I kill
Exactly.
you? How could I kill you if you're not out too?
Uh-huh.
If you're trying to say that I can't go out, then
If you have
stay
your mask,
home.
you should be straight.
Exactly. It's all, that's what I'm saying. Evil is control. Freedom is God's. You know.
Yeah. Hey, I thought of something funny today about the whole. So remember, like, China's been wearing masks for years, right? Because they're I don't know what if it's just Hong Kong or all the cities,
That's true.
so
I've always
dirty.
seen that.
The air, they all wear masks. So now they don't want to look like dicks, and they don't want the world's like, man, China's
Can't
dirty.
say
Look at them all wearing masks.
Can't say
So
that.
now the whole world's wearing masks. So China's like, yeah, we're normal now. Y'all are all like us now.
Hey, and to add it to
I
that
thought it was
point,
funny.
China's, like you said, China's always been wearing masks. The virus came from China. How'd the virus come about? They've all been wearing
They've all
masks.
been wearing masks. But, that's so weird. That's true.
Ah,
They've always worn
I didn't
masks.
even think of that either.
That's
I didn't even
too
think of
funny,
that.
man.
How'd
But
they
also,
get it?
they've
They're all
also been
wearing
wearing
masks.
masks. They want us. You don't think that they could make that happen here? Like, that's just your regular life?
Oh man.
Oh, they want this to be normal. They want this to be
The
so
new normal.
Because
I hear that.
they can now pile on more and more restrictions. That's what they want. This is how you start communism. People need to wake up.
Oh yeah.
This is it.
We all see it, but it was crazy. I went in the mall and it blew my mind. I'm the only one without a mask on. Everybody has their mask. Some have it on under their nose, whatever. But I'm just walking around like, dude, screw a mask. I don't care. Tell me something. No one said anything except I was trying to order food. But finally, the pizza place was cool. They didn't tell me to put a mask on. They seemed to know what was up. Like people
Versus when
will
I
give
see
you
a
the
guy,
look, whatever.
a couple walking, and only the guys wearing a mask.
There's nothing worse than that. Where you see like parents walking with their kids and they're wearing one, but the kid's not.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on?
It's like, please get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Please.
Don't they have more compromised immune system? Shouldn't they be wearing a mask? Shouldn't a baby, your newborn, be wearing a mask?
Yeah, it just shows it because I know it's because they don't want to deal with the kid taking it on and off.
I would think like a pregnant woman wearing a mask is probably not good for her because she's got to breathe, not
She's
getting all
breathing
these
too.
carbon monoxide.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it makes you hypoxic.
So,
Hey, hola,
Big
doctor.
words. Big words.
Hola, my doctor.
Hey, doctor.
Doctor, I'm not going.
yeah, I'm over it, man. I'm done. I'm like,
Eat that deal.
I'm just
The French one, I'll
I'm
go with
just
it.
done with all this the mask stuff. It doesn't exist to me anymore. So,
Yeah. Do you have any last questions for Nicholas, NPC?
not really, man. I mean, I catch you on. I've been watching you on JLP for past however long you've been on there.
Shit. Oh, we can.
You're funny, man. I appreciate you doing all that,
What's that?
producing everything. You're funny, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Working
thanks.
and
I love what I do,
living
man.
right
It
and
shows
trying
my
to
baby.
spread the word.
We're glad we can have this guy.
Hey, no, it's a pleasure, man.
No man is good, but Nick's good.
Man, it's a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
Pleasure being in LA.
Good enough,
When
right?
I came to America.
Yeah, he
with
came
a
to
dream.
America with it.
We went.
I'm
Well,
gonna
the only reason
get
you're here
off the
is from the
Obama
back.
phone, man. It's
Oh,
hard for
yeah.
me to hear.
No problem. Well, thanks for calling in, NPC.
All right, girl, bye.
Yeah, shout out to Texas, all the Texas guys in the chat.
That's right. Thanks.
Texas.
Big shout out to Texas. Defend your state. Do not let it go blue.
All right.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, later, y'all.
Let's see. Black Tory in the chat says I've been holding off on going because I don't want to wear one. Well, yeah, well,
Victoria.
Nick said he wears it. You got to wear it to get in. They take his temperature. and then once he starts working out, he usually has it off. But if they come and bother him, he just leaves it on his neck, and they're okay with that. It's really stupid, but don't just go to the gym. You know, don't comply so easily.
Question by Credit Solutionist. Everybody's using it, so fix your credit. Can change, come on down. Credit Solutionist. Everybody's using it, so fix your credit. Come on down, come on down, come. Yeah.
Nick will be back. He just went to get the phones.
He just went and got the phone.
Stanley says, my job gave us free fabric masks, but we have to wear it while upstairs. It's ridiculous. It's just don't be so compliant. You know, fuss. Make a little fuss about it. And if you don't absolutely have to buy something there, then move on.
Because most people, they have anger and they have fear, and so the farthest they know how to go is to tell you that you have to wear a mask. And then when you challenge them without anger and you say, whatever it is, no, I don't have a mask, but thank you, or you know, they misfire. They start like short fusing, short circuit.
Yeah, they don't know how to respond.
Like
they don't have strength.
You're gonna wait, because what I don't understand is, first thing I'll ask too, because I don't usually say I have a medical condition, but today that's what I said. But usually I'll be like, oh, are you guys providing masks? Because like basically it doesn't make sense to me that I have to go buy a product somewhere else to buy your products. If you're providing me a mask, sure, I'll wear a mask.
I forgot about this one. That's a good one to use. Yeah, I've been meaning to use that one.
Yeah, why do you gotta buy something?
So I have to go spend money somewhere.
Available
else to spend money here. Makes no sense.
But that would probably send you off, man. I would imagine that you guys get like denied service a lot, because
actually not as much as you think.
Really.
I stopped wearing my mask at Ralph's, and I haven't been bothered
That's
since.
sweet.
Nope.
Nice.
And you walk in like you own the place. Like I'm
that's it.
supposed to be here.
You stare at them. You look at them in the eye. You just like they're usually
Look
pretty
into
short.
my eyes.
Yeah. So look at me. I'm the captain now.
You greet people, be like, "How you doing? Hey." That's right.
They have no courage. They have no balls.
True.
No courage.
Nice.
They're just like, "Look, do you have a mask?" No.
And the people that do say it are usually scared, or they're gonna be angry. They're gonna be like, "Excuse me, you need to have a mask on."
Right.
And you'd be like, "Whoa, do you have a mask? Are you providing me with one?"
Nice.
But the ones that get mad are usually the people, the customers.
Oh, right.
You know, they're not gonna be the people that work there.
Jonathan says, "So glad I found Jesse and you guys." Well, I'm glad you found us too.
I know you can find our channel.
The purest of changes.
Yeah, of course they're doing their job, but doesn't mean you gotta comply.
There you go.
Woo! Oh man, it's dirty. A little dirt in there. Reharm.
Heck yeah.
I know we can fun.
Skill says, driving Lyft and just dropped off Karen and had to listen to all her drama from the day. Can't believe I stopped the stream for this. Yeah, what's wrong with you? Keep the stream rolling. But I will say this, I am Team Karen, because that's a way to try and knock white women and keep them from complaining. I want white women to complain. Keep complaining.
Pro Karen?
Yeah, I'm pro Karen.
Pro Karen.
Team Karen all the way right here.
I'm a one.
Hello.
Hello?
Is this Christine?
Hi, Rob.
How do you know it's me?
Because you said you were going to call in, so I just took a guess.
I know this is Christine. I know your voice.
I know Christine Mason.
I know Christine.
I know Mrs. Mason when I hear her.
I know.
Is that Christine from
Oh,
New Jersey.
goodness. That's crazy.
How you doing?
Joycey?
How you doing?
Oh yeah.
I'm doing well. So, we went to, the backyard barbecue, and, they were talking about how they're trying to do a train from New York to Florida in 45 minutes. I don't trust those trains. What do you think about that?
Trust those what?
Trust those who?
Grenades.
Grenades.
Not grenades, man. Like the bullet trains.
Oh, the trains. Oh,
Oh, the
those
trains.
fast ones
Yeah.
you're trying to build?
Bullet trains. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but-
Let's bring on the trains.
I mean, I trust the ones in Japan.
Let them.
I don't
crash a
trust the
few
ones out
times.
here.
Well, I
You
see.
guys
Most
are
car
all talking
accidents
at the
are
same time.
most car accidents or any accident is from human error. So, you know, I'm not gonna say that the train. There's probably gonna be way less accidents.
Mm-hmm. On a blue trench, I say, let's start hurling. Let's start hurling columns of metal at hundreds of miles per hour across the city.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can jump on it. I prefer driving my own car where I'm the captain and I make the rules and I go as fast as I want, as slow as I want, take as many breaks as I want.
As drunk as I want.
Because I feel like I'm in more control.
I wouldn't rely on magnets. That's just me. But I don't know if you've seen those accidents. They don't really end up well.
No, I mean, not when you're going 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's like an airplane too.
But
like,
they want
how
to
many
get
people
from.
survive airplane crashes?
Well, they want to get from New York City to Florida in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
insane.
Exactly. Did you have any questions for our special guest, Nicolas?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any questions for Nick?
My famous, you mean the famous guy?
Yeah, that this Jerry curled sex pot on our left.
Hey.
I'm just having a hard time with the audio.
Is that code for
No
I have a
offense,
gun?
guys.
Is that code for I have a
You
gun?
got the wrong guy, bud.
That's COVID for everything.
You got a question for me, Christian?
Well, the audio is just a little odd. That's all.
Where?
Get it? Odd audio?
It's audio.
Audio.
Yeah, like you guys sound like you're in a box.
I mean, I guess we are. We have 4 walls and a roof.
Well,
I guess
don't be stupid. I know it's a box.
I like Christine's snark. I
Yeah.
like her style.
I like the way you roll.
I like your style, Christine.
Well, I just stay true to myself. That's all I gotta do.
That's it. That's all you can do. Be yourself. Don't
So
be
what do you
anybody
guys
else.
think about, like, alright then, special guest, what is the special guest, what is the special guest about?
What is it about? It's just having our brother Nick here.
Our brother Nick is in the studio.
Alright, Mr. Guitar player, I have a question for you, yeah?
She's got a question for you.
Sorry.
Excuse me,
Just play
guitar
well.
player, man.
Ask me again?
Have you ever seen who is playing the guitar?
Nicholas.
I'm right.
Oh, okay. So have you seen the Asian guy that he can move? I forget what it's called. It's like the thing that holds all the strings.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about Sung Ha Jung? The finger stylist of
Is
YouTube?
that what his name is?
Sung Ha
He
Jung?
can like move that
Like-
thing while he's playing. It's incredible. It's really insane.
I don't know. You might be talking about like a finger stylist? The Asian guy on YouTube?
He's an Asian guy on YouTube, but he's only like, he's young. He's like 20 or something. But what is that thing called?
Where he holds the guitar?
A trebuchet or something? Like,
Trebuchet.
it holds? Huh?
Keep going.
Yeah, describe it a little more.
It holds all the chords. Like, it'll
Oh,
hold the chords so that you
the
you can
Capo?
move it all
You're talking about a
the
capo.
Yeah, capo.
Yes, he moves the capo while he's playing.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
That's not a capo.
I never
Next
seen
level.
nothing like
Oh, you
that.
mean a slide?
Oh, you're talking about slide guitar.
Slide.
She could mean a capo
Yeah,
because
he
I've
can
seen that
slide.
people with a plane and they move the capo. And that's like next level.
Man, that man is nuts. You need to get him on the show.
The Mexican John Mayer.
Oh,
John Mayer.
It's Juan Mayer.
It's not John Mayer. He's Asian, not white.
No, Nick is the Mexican John Mayer.
Nick is Juan Mayer.
Oh, it's not John Mayer.
you see. John Mayer? Are you
See,
recording
look
that,
at
John Mayer?
all
John
Asian.
Mayer.
I'm good with C.
It's not John Mayer, man. John Mayer is
Are you
white.
requesting John Mayer?
Puerto Rican.
John Mayer?
He's not Asian. This kid plays, he makes his own renditions of remakes
Sorry, I'm
of
into this. I
songs.
know.
Michael
I'm into this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got a jam on a
Don't
song,
worry,
bro.
don't laugh at me. I got
No.
four brothers.
No, they're jamming out right now. They got lost in the jam.
Yeah. Jam witch.
Use a capo and jam out.
I think you're talking about a capo.
Play a good jazz song for me. What's your favorite jazz
Jam
song, guys?
witch.
E-E. Whatever you want to
You
play.
can pick Ella Fitzgerald, Marvin Gaye. You can pick anything. I own it all.
Oh wait. You know Charles Bradley? That black guy who died?
Ooh, nice pick.
You know Changes? That
Still, I see no changes.
Changes.
All I see is
Changes.
racist faces.
Ozzy
You pick
Osbourne.
Charlie Parker,
Oh.
What's his band?
Four Seasons. I'll
Black
listen to any of
Black
that.
Sabbath. Changes.
They have to change their name now.
Is that the whole song?
That's the song.
It's Black Lives Matter Sabbath.
Yeah, keep going. I feel
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
I feel so sad. I feel the worst pain
That's my applause.
that I ever had.
Oh, please.
Nice.
Boy can sing!
All right. Thank you guys.
I've been waiting
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still going.
For
I'll listen to it.
like you.
How's it go?
Dang. Yeah, rehum that hit.
I've been waiting. That makes me think of Grand Theft Auto.
You know, the Grand Theft Audio radio was the best.
It was the best.
I
Maybe
was gonna say,
Charlie
What's your
Parker.
favorite radio station? Oh, Grand Theft Auto.
All right, guys. Love you very
Christine.
much.
All right, girl,
Want any
bye.
records? Let me know.
Thank you, Christine.
Bye.
Bye.
You play a G?
Just the G?
No, if you want records, like
you mean
vinyl,
like this?
I'll send them to you. I have a lot.
Thank you, Christine.
Bye, Mr. Nick. And bye,
What's a
other
progression?
Rose.
I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Whatever. What's up? Just a simple progression.
Okay.
Damn.
They're just trying to ruin our jam session.
I'm sorry, I'm jam witching.
We gotta figure out a little song. What's the rhythm?
Press 1.
Okay, here we go.
Who might this be?
1, 2.
How y'all doing?
Good. Is this who's this?
Kevin from Chicago.
Kevin from Chicago. All right, hold on, Kevin. They're gonna jam out for a second.
I lost you. You lost me.
I'm trying to figure out what the chords are.
Turn that crap off.
Hey,
What's up, guys?
what's up,
What's
man?
going on, Kevin from Chicago? Chicago.
I just want to make one quick point and leave you guys to it.
What's that?
Regarding Cheers Lane Maxwell. That's it. Cheers Lane, J-I-E.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Epstein's
Zling?
Madame.
Her Goyle?
Yeah.
Goyles.
I hope shit hits the fan.
Me too.
What's your
What's your
take
over
on that?
under? What's the over under on her death?
I got $50 that she doesn't make it till September.
Betting
And
on
you
people.
know what?
My bet is that Hillary Clinton's calling the suicide hotline asking how much.
You know what my take is regarding that story is?
Shoot.
The depth of knowledge people have on it is pretty much the same thing as you guys are saying. Oh, don't suicide her. Oh, where's Hillary Clinton at? Blah, blah, blah. Not knowing, like, she's fully connected to Mossad and
Oh, we know. I know
powerful
that.
connection she has to Israel and
Is that your Infowars fan voice?
she was just, yeah, there's so much that goes into that story.
Well, we know that.
Basically, the depth.
We know
Yeah,
about
but
Epstein.
basically the depth of knowledge. I'm not saying you guys, but
Yeah.
other people.
Hey, I mean, come on, man. It's cute. Trust the plan.
Trust the plan.
Yeah, basically the most they know is, oh, where's Hillary Clinton gonna suicide herself? Blah, blah, blah. It's just so
Obama's next.
so frustrating because they don't know any of the details. Why do they want her killed?
Exactly. They don't know about our greatest ally.
Exactly. There's so much that goes into that.
Do I hear a thoughtless?
Yeah, I mean, without going,
Nurture with.
without wrestling, getting all the YouTube hounds on us, but yeah, there's definitely, for those who need to dig down that rabbit hole, you know, there's a great story that was never told. We'll just say that.
Wasn't just Lane Maxwell eating a burger at In-N-Out?
That was before when after they
That
had Epstein.
That's the story I want to know. I want to hear the rest of that story.
So what do you think? Do you think that anything's gonna come of this? Or is it gonna be a low level proceeding just to make it look like justice is getting done?
I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen, but I hope she rats out a whole bunch of these weasels. And if they're short several worlds, maybe she can bring down some other important people. Maybe she can bring down Les Wexner.
That's right.
That Jewish billionaire financing her and Epstein. I hope she can talk. Maybe she can rat out some Israeli connections, some of the connections in Israel.
Yep.
They're ratting out those people, and basically, what this boils down to is she was blackmailing people.
Yep.
Based off of child sex trafficking. I mean, how low do you have to be to kidnap children, use them as sex slaves, just to blackmail people? I mean, we're dealing with some really evil people here.
Yeah.
Demons.
You know what I hate about this story, though? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You know what I hate about this whole, like, Epstein stuff?
Did you cut off?
No, he's there.
Yeah, what I hate about this Epstein stuff is how the women in this thing are, like, innocent.
The accusers?
The accusers and all that. And they're like, oh, I was just a poor, innocent thing that was, like, roped into this.
Yeah.
But, what was that? There was some woman who was doing
the main one, the big name for the case. I forget her name.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I don't doubt that some of these girls were in their egos. They came from broken homes, and they weren't like all just forced onto an island. They got bribed into it, and I do also believe that they do kidnap.
Yeah.
It's a mix of both. There's the ones that bribe, and they went in with their ego, and they became like Ghislaine. They become like her. They're willful. And then you have the ones that are just kids who get kidnapped from third world countries and war zones. But yeah, in the end, who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm not expecting anything, but it is interesting.
Yeah, the most people can talk about is, oh, Trump seen pictures with her. Oh, look at Bill Clinton was seen with her. They don't dig deeper. They don't figure out the connections. They don't put the pieces together. It's all surface. They don't want to talk about the surface matter.
Right.
You gotta dig a little bit deeper. But people, you're stupid to dig a little deeper. That's their intellect, I guess. But regarding they're all underage, dude. That's the problem. Is most of them were underage. So regardless if they volunteer to go with, still illegal.
Really? Do you think that absolves someone? Like this whole like underage thing is like that's just like a law that we have.
There was another story I heard about with a teacher and a student, and the judge let them off. It was like a woman teacher with a student, and they let him off because he thought that he believed that it was a mutual love.
What?
But if it was a man and a little girl, it would be like totally.
Oh, the teacher was a woman.
The teacher was a woman, and the judge let them off.
How does one enroll in this school?
That literally, man, that's my high school in Saga. My old civics teacher, my 17 caught with a 17-year-old or something. I'm like, dang, no way. It's like a teacher I used to know.
I know, it's acceptable. If it's a woman, it's acceptable.
Now you're just a teacher that I used to know.
Yeah, big time. He's like going.
You want to know what's funny, guys?
What's that?
You should look up who the judge is. You should look up who the judge is.
Oh, I saw it. It's just
for the case.
It looks like
take a
dude.
look at her. Look her up.
For
She's Jewish lesbian.
Yeah, it's a Jewish
she
lesbian.
Looks like a
lesbian.
But it looks like a tranny. It looks like a tranny.
You saw her?
Yeah, I saw the photo. It looks nasty. I don't trust it. It smells fishy.
One of these
Yeah.
days they're gonna be making the latest models are gonna be coming out the factory. Like they're gonna look like.
I know. I mean, what I'm waiting for is, you know, for the Goyim to get it.
When the Goyim gets tough.
You know, when the Goyim gets tough, the Goyim gets going.
We need to go in the garage. We need to go horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. But it's hard to be optimistic when you know they got a stranglehold on every situation, institutions, financial and otherwise. So it's hard to be optimistic, but I'm praying that these people get smashed. Hope there's some light. They just get destroyed. Maybe there's some good light. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think I would like to see that all this nonsense and chaos and the left and the right failing the people that will drive the creation of a third position and a third party that will address all this stuff without fear, without pandering and compromising, just being firm, final. This is the party platform, and that's it. No compromising. And I guarantee you, if we had actually had people who had spines, that you would get a surge in polls, and they would win. They would win these elections because people.
You were saying that.
People want strong leaders. We just need to have guys do it, and it's gonna sound like hate. They're gonna say, "Oh, he's a racist." You know, I can imagine a few things on platform like ban all porn.
Yeah, you
ban
think
all
someone went all out like that?
ban all
It would
usury.
be like-
No more interest. No more central banks. You know, Hollywood is done.
That's
shut
that's
it all
what I
down.
don't understand. The interest thing. I don't
The
get
interest?
that.
Oh,
How
no
do you not
interest?
get that? We stay slaves forever with that.
Yeah, well, they
But
create.
here's an example.
But like then, but okay, here's where I'm coming from. Right? It's like the reason you're a person, you need a loan. You have an idea, you have this or that,
Right.
and a loan is a method of you to achieve this thing, right? But what would be the incentive of someone to give you a loan?
The incentive is
if
that there's
they
only
don't
there's
have-
a
if they're not
cap.
gonna make any
There's
money.
A cap. Once you get your money back.
So there is
and
interest. It's just a cap to it.
Maybe, I don't know.
If
I
it's
say
that.
ban it all because also
But
the
so
issue
it's
is
not ban interest.
issue is
it's a cap to it.
the issue
But
is
why do, well, because I understand what you're saying. Why
Is
would
there a
why
cap
do
to
they
it
have
or no
why do they
interest?
but why do they have an interest?
Zero
why do they
interest.
have no? But
It's
why
for
do
the
they have
incentive.
Shut up! Why do they have an incentive to give you the money anyways? Then that's what I understand what you're saying.
I
You
understand.
have to
That's
have
the
an
incentive. It's like
incentive.
I'm a person
Yeah.
who has the money. You're
So
a person who
I'm
needs
saying-
it.
It's still
I
not
have-
good.
Okay,
Jesus
I'm
said no
gonna-
usury.
I have a
I
demo.
don't know. I don't know if that is
But-
usury. What is usury?
The interest at the central banking level is a problem. The money they create, they give to a country like us, the Federal
Right.
Reserve, comes with an interest rate. So we already say they gave me $1. I already owe them $1.25
Right.
from that $1. How the hell do I pay $1.25 when you gave me $1?
But what's wrong with
For
the
every
person
time
that,
you print money, I'm already in debt to something I can't pay because you never gave me enough. Because the
But
interest.
what's wrong
rate's
with
low.
you that you kept borrowing? Why couldn't you pay it?
Well, that's why people need to wake up. It's
What's
our
wrong-
fault for
what's
taking the
wrong with-
porn. It's
right.
our fault for taking the loans.
right.
So let's ban it. Let's be aware.
But-
Educate the kids.
But there is a
Yeah.
wicked use of debt. There is a wicked. There's
Absolutely.
people who are using it wicked. But then also, what's wrong with the people that are getting fooled?
Well, exactly. Well, I mean, hold
So
everybody
that's what I'm
accountable,
saying.
but we still gotta make it illegal.
At the end of the day, though, let's at the most simplest form. I'm a person who has money. You're a person who needs it, and you have ideas, and it could be a vehicle for you. What incentive do I have to let you loan it if I'm not going to make a little
Exactly.
something off of that? That's why I don't.
And I get that, but
understand
what's
the whole
not
ban
fair?
interest
But
thing.
what's not fair is I went to a dentist a couple years ago, and it was like $2,500, right? And I had been paying minimum payments
Right.
of $100 for like 2 years, and I paid it off,
Right.
and I still owe the balance of
That's crazy.
$2,500 because my minimum payments don't do anything. That's not right.
I see what you're
I've
saying.
already paid it
Yeah.
off, and I still owe
You know what else
$2,500.
And so I think
You know
that's
what
what
else is going
usury
on?
is versus interest. Interest
You know
versus
what else is
interest
going
versus
on?
usury.
Go ahead,
It
Kevin.
needs to be a cap.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's and now you know why they put people like Joe Biden and Bill Clinton in positions of power. People that they only care about their lust, their carnal lust. You look at the way they behave. Their desires are lust. That's all they care about. Look at the way they behave towards children, towards females. It's like they're freaking demons possessed by their urges. When you have someone like that, you can control them. You can blackmail them.
It's
I mean,
funny.
have you seen some of the videos? It's like Bill Clinton. It's like he's not even like a human. Look at his eyes, the way he looks at some people, some women. Like, that dude will do anything. It's sickening.
Which reminds me of a song that actually goes.
We're non-binary. Biden sniffing, kid
Thank you for calling in, brother.
I bet.
I think Kevin might have
He got
left.
pissed.
He's like, I'm out of here, man. He's like, they want to charge interest.
Man, I'm out.
I'm just saying, look into
I
what
think
Germany
there's a
did.
difference between interest and usury.
Yeah, there's a big difference. But also, it shouldn't exist at the national level.
Right,
not
there's
be-
like a wicked
Yeah,
use of
This
debt.
is
I can
what
see
it
that.
should
Exactly,
be.
you enslave a
But
nation.
then what's wrong with the people that are
Alright,
getting
Maybe
enslaved?
person to person,
Listen,
maybe.
it's a very simple thing to me.
You're only getting
If
enslaved
I
because you're corrupt.
if I want to borrow,
Straight
if
up.
I need
In a way,
$2,000
yes.
from you, if I need $2,000 from you, I'll guarantee that you're gonna get your $2,000 back, and you're gonna make 10%. Once you make 10% back, that's it.
Damn.
And shut your mouth.
I don't know.
That's a
I
finder's
can see
fee.
that, but
It's a fee. Your fee is this. I don't have the money to pay the
All right.
fee.
This will be the last one for the night.
To accept, press 1. To send
What's up, Seth? Real quick, you're our last caller for the night. We gotta let our guest go.
Yeah.
What's that?
Are you the last
I'm
caller?
the last call?
Yeah.
Last call for
That's fine.
alcohol.
I just had a quick answer to your question
What is it?
about usury.
Go for it.
Well, you could have an incentive for people with money to loan without usury. What usury is the compound interest, the never-ending, growing interest that enslaves the debtor.
Right.
big boy.
So somebody could loan money and just say, if I give you $100, that's a favor for you, so you can give me $100 back. Like, you can give me $200 back, and that's the deal.
Cap.
And that's not usury.
I agree with that. The open-ended interest is the problem. It's meant to play on your weaknesses,
Yeah.
and that's evil. You know?
Yo, about okay, but take this in. You know, and Martin, you know, Bible go-to guy.
Yeah.
He called in about this today. It was
Interesting.
spot on. It was spot on. He was talking about slaves, and he said that first of all, blacks became slaves of their own fault.
Right.
And we're like, what? And so he said that blacks were only slaves because they were allowed themselves to be slaves. They corrupted. They became so corrupted that they could be slaves. And then he brought up Jewish people. He said the Jews. This is Martin, right? He called in about this today on Hate Report. And he's saying how the Jews were the best slaves ever because they recognized that they only became slaves because they became corrupted. They talk about it in the Old Testament.
Demoralized.
They were demoralized and corrupted to the point where they could be enslaved. And that's why they were the best slaves because they realized that was wrong and they tried to overcome that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Irish, he said this, Martin. He's like the Irish wear slavery on their sleeve the way blacks do, and that's why. So I think about this usury
they
stuff,
kind of
and I
fall
think
into that
about
victimhood.
yeah, and I think about this usury stuff. I think about then what's wrong with the people who are getting used?
And
There's
see,
something wrong
but
with
the
you.
thing about slavery
If you're a good
too,
father, you still don't allow those rules in your society.
Right? No, I agree. Your
Slave-
society, your rules and laws in your society should
Yeah,
reflect.
I can't stop you from being an idiot
Okay, true.
on the personal level,
That's what
but
you're
I will
saying.
not allow it in the society.
But slavery
Illegal.
also is a bad business model because there's no incentive to do your best. So all your workers are going to do just what they need to do, what they wouldn't get in trouble.
I think there were
Right?
I think there were some good slave owners. And
No,
those-
I'm talking
and
about the
those-
slaves themselves.
You heard it here, folks. There were some good
those-
slave
If you had, if I
think
if
so
I
too.
started
They
a
weren't all
business,
jerks.
right? If I started a business, I'm going to hire people that go above and beyond for me. Slaves wouldn't go above and beyond. You know, they're going to do what they have to do, and then that's it. That's the cap on their effort.
Oh, shit.
So,
Hick
so
is in the
business-
chat.
So
Hick
business,
is in the chat right now?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know? What do you know?
Welcome to the chat.
It's the Hick Report. Everybody do that.
Hey, report.
Salt everywhere.
Well, I think I can answer that guy's question too.
Yeah.
About like whose fault is usury? Because I don't think the Bible says usury is a sin only for the people doing usury. I think it's a sin to engage in usury whether you're on the loaning end or the receiving end. You know, it's both a sin.
I agree.
If you put the gay in engaged,
Is it still gay?
But are you gay, or are you just having, or are you just? Is it just a gay act?
Well,
gacked.
are you happy or are you homosexual? That's the question.
Hey, we'll have a gay old time used to be a saying.
Yeah, have a gay old time. So yeah, I'm with you. There should be an incentive, like a flat thing, like I loan you $50, you owe me 60. But there should be no endless
That's what I said,
interest.
booty traps.
You know. So, any last questions for or comments, Seth, for our guest Nick before we let him go?
I could ask. I was going to ask, what do you guys think about maybe a question I have about another famous person? Do you guys not want to broach that
I don't know.
area?
What was that? I didn't quite get that.
I don't understand.
I was wondering what you guys, if you would be open to talking about another famous person, or if you guys don't really want to talk about another famous
Oh
person.
no, it depends
on
on
your
it. It's like, can I ask you a question? You just did.
Yeah. Well,
What do you ask?
Be more
I
direct.
think he's being respectful. Like he doesn't want to mention someone
Are you
else.
talking about our man with the little mustache?
I think you might be talking about Jesse.
No, I'm talking about another famous live streamer.
Are you talking about Jesse?
No.
Well, then say it. Spit it out, man.
Okay.
Owen Benjamin.
Oh, what about
what
him?
about him?
Okay.
Oh, what
I
about
was
him?
just wondering if you guys have kept up on him and seen what he does, if you like what he does, if you have any issues with something he did yesterday. I mean, he's trying to ask his audience for like $2 million or something.
I heard he's trying to get
Oh,
land in
really?
Idaho now, so he's trying to raise money. He's gonna say, "Oh, it's for the Bears. We're all gonna, we have
Wait,
events."
what's going on?
He's raising money so he can say, "I'm buying land in Idaho, like 100 acres or so," and he's gonna be open for events. But still, guess who owns the land? Owen Benjamin.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
I mean, the guy's made like,
I
he was
really
making
don't
like
know.
50, 60, 80 grand a month off his subscribers and people and super chatters. I mean, I'm not knocking his hustle, but if you're gonna donate to some other guy to buy land in his name, you're an idiot.
But
Yeah.
see, but at the end of the day,
I
it's just like
agree.
the conversation we were having about like if you're in a position to be demoralized and be the dumb person that becomes a slave or whatever, like you said.
I don't even know if it's dumb
It's
or
like
not.
exactly or whatever. Then
But
it's
if
like
you're the one giving
people
the
have
money-
the freedom to give
Yeah.
money, right? I mean, Jesse's raised money for
Right.
the building.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about for the well-being of his fans. I'm just talking about
The
the
building
thing
funds are
he's
legitimate
doing,
reason.
because he presents himself as like this truth guy, this honest guy. I'm going to tell it like it is. And he's actually really, really, to me, this is my opinion, of course, you can disagree, but he seems really, really sneaky. He seems really, really scammy. And it seems like he's had scam after scam after scam after scam. And he
Oh,
always
really?
says, this is not a scam.
Really?
I'll
I haven't been watching. I just.
I'll
don't
say
know.
this much: the reason why, like, I love him. I don't care what he does; it's his life. I don't hate anybody, but I am not gonna trust another person who hasn't overcome their mother, or anger, or understand those principles. And so, not even a little bit. You can't give him a little bit. Like, I'll watch his stream. I'll check in here and there. I laugh at his jokes. He's hilarious. But I have that distance
Yeah, I
between
think
me and
he's
him. And I
funny.
think people don't. They close that gap.
I think people should have their distance with everybody,
Yes.
and including
Everybody.
themselves. Like be
Yeah.
objective, so that you can see clearly.
Even
Not
the
be
most,
attached
even
to
the
pull
most
into anything.
forgiving,
Yeah.
mother forgiving person.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
you-
I think that
you swap
anybody who
people.
has a feeling of like, wait a second, I don't really trust this. Listen to that. Don't let your intellect try to convince you anything, and you follow that.
Right, because you end up when you haven't had a good father or leader in your life, you're gonna swap the next best male example,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
becomes your
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
He
yeah.
becomes your Bible, and you don't see it happening. But that's what's like you latch on, and you're way
Yeah,
too
yeah,
into
yeah.
it. And I love the guy, but there are people who are far too into it, and they're not living their own life.
They get their identity. They pull energy and identity from their leaders.
You know, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
I
But
don't
keep
know.
a distance.
I don't know if you think I'm a fan of his. I've never been like.
You don't
I've
sound
never
like-
watched
like
the
it.
show regularly, but
You don't sound like him.
sound like
I think he's hilarious. He came to the Bond Men's
I haven't
Conference.
seen him
Yeah,
all
I
the
think
time,
he's a
but I
nice
thought he was
guy.
a fun
I like him. He's cool as
I
hell.
do agree. He's made me laugh out loud before. I mean, I think he's funnier than any like quote unquote comedians they have out there today.
Yeah, he's definitely one of
I
the
just
funniest
think
guys
he
out
should-
there.
But see, I'm
shape
never
up and
mad
not
at
be-
what
and he-
people choose to do in their own life. Like, we live in a capitalistic country, and if you can capitalize off of like a fan base and you want to land and people do it, like, I'm not a hater on that.
It was
That's
like,
what they want
and
to
like,
do.
here's the thing,
Yeah.
it's
Makes
why
me
even
be like,
call
hey,
it
I
that?
want to do that. Yeah,
That
I
makes
can
it
do
sound,
it.
right, it makes it sound like capitalize off them, but he's saying, I want you to donate money to me so I can buy land, and it's not a trick that no.
I mean, he's telling him.
Okay, he wants money. Okay, here's money so you can buy land. I don't see the trick. I don't see the capitalize.
Right. No, well, you are capitalizing.
You are capitalizing, right? But like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
if
see
you
the
Well, I
trick.
think
I mean,
I don't see the grift.
He's being honest. He's telling him, I'm gonna buy land.
it
It's not
starts
gonna
to
be
be
your
a
name.
trick when you lie about what you're doing. Or when you say you're going to do something that you don't do, and you have a track record of saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make this, and then it never comes to fruition, and the people never get the money back, and then he comes up with another idea, like a big, cool-sounding dream, and goes, oh, give me money for this, and then it never comes
He's
to
good at
fruition.
making money.
I don't know what he's been doing.
Oh, yeah, he is.
But I mean, hey,
He's great at
but
raising.
it's kind of like Nick saying, like, it's your fault. If you're gonna give away money that you shouldn't be giving away, it's your fault. Like, he is not lying to people. He's telling them, donate money, and they're donating. Just like I've given to the church.
Well, yeah, he's not lying about that.
You know,
I mean,
so
if he doesn't buy the land, he gets the $2 million. He's just like, doesn't talk. I mean,
yeah, then you have your answer.
then he lied to you.
But either way, you have to be an adult and to make that decision. You got to see it for yourself, and if you see it's the right thing, then hey, man, God be with you. I'm not gonna give him money.
But also, in his defense, if you give, you have to give, and once you give, it's gone.
Yeah,
you
no
You can't have
expectation.
expectations. Otherwise, you're disappointed.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't get land, they're like, well,
Yeah.
there's my money.
Yeah, but what if you give a guy money to build your house?
But
That's a
different.
deal. That's a deal.
That's like a crime.
That's
a
a
deal.
contract.
Yeah.
It's like
That's what I'm saying is doing on a smaller scale.
But he's not making a contract with them. That's people taking, their idea of what he's saying, and that's their fault. Put it in writing, like you would with a
Well,
contract.
your word is supposed to be a contract.
Not
You're
these
supposed
days.
to live by your word.
Not in the fallen state, is it?
Not in the music industry.
Well, I don't care what most people do. I'm talking about what's right.
Right.
But you're dealing with people who are not right. So why do you expect them to do what's right?
Well, I mean, when I first came across this guy, he seemed funny. He was standing up for the transgender kid thing, and I hadn't really seen any sneaky thing. He just seemed like a good guy.
it's church, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I trust him at his word until I'd seen something different, and I guess now I just noticed a pattern. So
Well, here's
that's
something.
why I asked you guys
Will
about
said
it.
that what Owen said was that if you put down $400, you can come whenever you want to the property. People donated about $25,000, and then Owen backpedaled and said it was a dumb idea.
The whole, hey.
Yeah, as long as you donate this amount, then
Oh.
that you're now like a member, so you can come visit. And he realized, oh, I can't give him access to my property like that. But they already gave you the money.
Do you give the money back?
No, of course not.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty snaky.
You
That's
know?
like a,
But again, you get what you deserve if you keep.
Dang, I
why
know,
are you
that sounds
financing
crazy.
someone
That
else's
sounds crazy.
dream? Just let it be.
he
I don't
knows he
care.
has fans. He knows he has.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
that's
know, I
their
don't know.
fault.
I don't know.
I don't care. I can still watch him, but I don't give him money. I just watch him for the jokes.
I just want to know where people just get I got a $400.
Hey, man.
People have money, man.
People that, like, oh, I don't have any money. You got something.
Yeah.
It's like good enough. Like,
But like to just donate
like
online?
a piece to the bare property. Somebody has $400. I mean, $25,000 worth of people did.
Super chat from Lin Yan Chen says,
Oh, Lin Chen! Lin Chen, thank you so much for the super chat.
Did that hit? Oh, that's it.
he says, Owen has a higher IQ than me. Even his wisdom is above mine, but I sense he needs more wisdom to balance that high IQ. Wisdom is used to overcome spiraling, as you be still and know. Yeah. Just,
Oh, I see.
just wake up, overcome your anger, you'll see where to put your money. And then, like Trevor said, if you give someone money, then stop expecting anything. You gave them money.
If you give anything, when you give, you gave. And
That's
you're
it.
done.
It's gone. It's not yours.
Unless you
Yeah.
have a deal
I mean,
with somebody.
You shouldn't give 'em- huh?
And then if they break that deal, then you just know I do not trust you anymore, and you let it go again. It's like, well, I gave you money last time, and you didn't keep your word, so
Yeah.
there is no next time.
Like Hake says, who cares?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care about anyone that gave him money. I mean, I think you guys, you might be missing exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anybody who gave him money, and I don't feel bad for them.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you fell for it the first time,
then I suppose, fool me once, shame on you. Fool
Don't
me
feel
twice.
bad for anybody.
Let me ask you this: are you celebrating anything this month?
You mean White History Month?
What is doing wrong? So be sure to donate for my land.
I told my brothers about it.
Appreciate it.
I
Not that
told
it's my thing.
I told my brothers there's this black guy who said the best month is July, so we're gonna make it White History Month.
And don't forget to go to SoundCloud and look up Trevor Wesley. It's okay to be white and share the hell out of that song.
Hell yeah! I need to get on TikTok so I can figure out a challenge or something to do where you do something real white with this song.
Yeah, yeah.
Like maybe make a sandwich with mayo on it. I don't
You
know.
always go to the Mayo, man.
It's always the
It's always
mayo.
with the mayo.
It's always with the mayo, bro.
It's always
Well,
Mayo,
I just go to
man.
the stereotypes that I hear people say.
You know whites love their mayo.
I hate mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is
Why?
camping.
I don't like it.
Mayonnaise is
It's gross.
it's
I'm with Matt. All right. I like
emulsified egg ovaries.
That's right.
aioli.
Piece de resistance.
Aioli with an avocado oil. You know what I'm saying? I don't like mayonnaise.
What'd you just say?
Aioli. It's like garlic.
That's
aioli.
mayo.
No, it's not.
Garlic aioli?
That's
That's
mayo.
mayo.
No, but it's made different.
It is
Real
fine.
aioli. It's just like you saying wasabi.
It's not. Wait. It's not made. It's mayo with stuff in it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Tell me what the difference is.
What's
Explain
wasabi?
the difference.
Explain.
Explain the difference between aioli and mayo.
Okay,
Go.
aioli
Go.
is egg whites whipped with oil.
What do you think? What do you think mayo is?
Mayonnaise has a weird taste to it, bro.
What do you think mayo is?
Gross.
Egg whites whipped with oil.
I've ever looked at the back of it. Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is just egg whites and oil.
Look at the ingredients.
Same
bro.
thing, man.
Look at the ingredients.
It's made different. It's just with
Well-
stuff in it with like flavor. Ooh, I got garlic. Ooh, I got
at,
spice in it.
at its core.
Ooh, you added sriracha
Hey, you
to
guys.
mayo.
I'm
You add
listening to
sriracha
work.
to mayo, it's aioli.
Nah.
I'm
I'm
telling
listening
you
to
what
work.
it is.
I'm telling you.
Well, thanks for calling in, Sam. I think we're gonna.
Yeah, good to talk to
The
you guys.
aioli.
Don't forget this.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, brother.
The aioli up front. We'll never get over it.
All right, so we're gonna end it with that. We want to thank Mr. Nicolas
It's a
Gonzalez.
pleasure, guys. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man.
No, it was an absolute pleasure, you know.
And thanks to the super chatters, the mods, everybody who hung out, all 33 of you now.
Thank you guys. Did you say a mod?
I run with the mods.
I run with the mods.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe we'll do this tomorrow. We'll see. It's 4th of July. But either way, happy 4th of July. Share Trevor's new song.
Yeah, and he actually contributed on that song, so it's it's our song.
Yeah. It's okay to be white.
It's okay, and me saying it's okay to be white, just like Black Lives Matter. I'm not saying no other lives matter. I'm saying it's okay to be white. And in the song, I do say it's okay to be black.
Yeah. It's okay to be right. It's okay to be wrong. You know? But other than that, happy 4th of July, everybody. Be safe. Don't wear your masks. Don't be compliant. Push back. Have some spine. Grab your nuts. Enjoy your life.
It's not okay to be late. It's not okay that your mom's so full of hate. It's not your fault you were raised by a deadbeat dad that walked away. So what we like cats, so what we like rap. It's not appropriation, it's just appreciation. It's okay to be wrong, it's okay to be right, it's okay to be black, but
And it's okay to be
white. Okay to be
White.
okay to be
white.
It's okay to be
White.
You were made to be white.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Pros and cons, the world blames dad when it's really your mom.
Happy 4th of July.